And hello and good night, actually. Yeah, good night, everyone. Let me switch up the music to the usual song. Yeah. Hi, guys. It's me, Dan, the man behind the camera. Yeah, welcome to late, at least for European times, late Sunday night. Yeah. Ossifer, hi. Yeah, you're about to go tonight to go to bed. Yeah, I know it's late. Sorry, man. Sorry, but I appreciate you checking in. Yeah, like I said, like I said last stream and wrote in the social media, I had a family event which was pretty cool. Yeah, pretty nice. Hey, adventure. First of all, because I said good night. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. Hey guys, glad you managed to come. To come in the stream. Yeah. I also hope you're the other way. Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. My maybe you remember actually I didn't remember. I wasn't streaming back then. But my grandpa had 90th birthday in May, and his wish for birthday was like a private concert, so to say, at his place, because he cannot walk anymore probably in anything. Yeah, so this was today, and he invited everyone who kind of like chipped in for this little concert. So yeah, it was one guy playing solo guitar. It was really fantastic. Yeah, usually not my type of music. I'm more electronic type guy, but this was really cool. It was really touching, I dare to say it. Yeah. But yeah, it's about over an hour drive, so that's why I didn't manage earlier to come home. But we're here, yeah. No time to slack, yeah. I hope you guys doing good. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, or had so far, yeah. What did you guys do? Anything hobby related? Anything relaxing? Any figures crushed, yeah? I saw Adventure finish the truck, yeah. Saw it already on Instagram. First when I had to request a lap dance from a solo guitarist, yeah. Yeah, probably. I would probably the same, depending if the wife, yeah. But yeah, it was cool. It was good. Also seeing bigger extension of the family again. Usually not what we see each other so often. Yeah. Besides this, my weekend. Yeah. What weekend? Yeah. If you're hustling, then you're hustling. Actually, I don't remember, but I was mainly preparing the releases. Still way lots to do, but yeah. Without further ado. How's the saying? Yeah, my brain's already fried a little bit. We launched the sale. Will start tomorrow. Yeah, fitting to the sun equinox. Starting of fall. So tomorrow is sale time. Yeah, late evening probably. German time, European time. But yeah, we'll definitely push out some releases, but we'll continue this week and finishing everything else up. That's just so much, so much I want to release. But yeah, probably guitar lap dance, yeah. Doing a solo while dancing. That would be hilarious, yeah. Yeah. It has been busy, Adventure. I hope in a positive way, yeah. Not negatively, yeah. No negative vibes here. No. Yeah, I don't know. I've slept really not much, as usual. But yeah, last night was really less. We had to prepare some stuff before we went out. Yeah, did a tiny little shave, yeah, to not look like the Steve under the bridge type of character. But yeah, no, it was good. Glad to hear, man. Glad to hear. Very nice. Yeah. So, and yeah, hi to everyone lurking. I saw some other people earlier, but yeah, probably disappeared for a moment. Yeah, Pigface is super fun. Yeah, super cool. Very, I don't know, like I wanted to rewatch the stream as well, just to also kind of check if everything is going smooth. Pigface, it was pretty short, yeah. So the part 1 is more or less light. I played a little bit offline for half an hour or more because I found out that there are secrets. Yeah, each map has one additional mask you can find, which gives you a little different modifier for it. But yeah, it's in early access, like he mentioned, but you have like a full gameplay loop. And yeah, I maxed the money, not maxed the money out, but I bought everything which is to buy. And currently I think it's rather easy. So you kind of need to give yourself some constraints in like the loadout you give to make it interesting. But I think I will definitely do another, next week, another random stream. Probably just do a stream and not restricted 18 plus. I think I broke my neck there and restricting 18 plus. Nobody restricted it. I saw any videos is not restricted 18 plus. Yeah, and I had just like, I think only Adventure was staying strong and watching it. Yeah. Or at least had the stream running. Yeah. But lots of fun and really cool. Super excited. Yeah, absolutely feels like the good old days. Sandbox. Like I said, it feels like if you're in Far Cry 3, 4 and so on, yeah, like clearing out the outposts type of thing. Yeah, you have fixed area where there are people and you just try to do your different approach to clear the stuff and get the objective stuff. Yeah, super lot of fun. Yeah, and the AI is really, they're not extremely smart, but they're really unpredictable. So I had a few moments where I was like, what the heck? Yeah, really cool. Yeah. And it also, since it's so low resource hungry, being low graphics and everything, it runs perfectly. Yeah, it runs smooth, probably on nearly every PC. Yeah, it was running, didn't get much. It's probably not the right content for kids anyways. Yeah, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. Was good. Felt also good, like doing something different for a change. But yeah, Pigface. Yeah, really cool. It gave me definitely. I had already some extreme inspirations for wargaming things. Yeah, I know, for example, Spectre Operations. There are probably other rule sets, but Spectre Operation, they had a John Wick character sheet for this specific character, like in the movie. Yeah, they even had a miniature, or like Varys even, and he was like, unstoppable more or less. And I thought if you would also have your player character being this contract blackmail killer, actually it's not a contract, it's a blackmailed contractor, blackmail contractor, maybe the right word. And then you have to get objectives done on the table. I think could be really fun. Could probably be one extra spin-off of the dynamic infantry combat rules. It's past 10, so we can say dick without issue. Dick rules. But obviously, it's my brain always wants to wargamify everything. So who knows? But one step after the other. Long story short, Falsfire, how was your weekend? Anything interesting? Here weather was crazy. Kind of temperature went down start of the week, like around 15, 16, 12 degrees Celsius. And then, I don't know, I think Wednesday or something, jumped up 30 degrees. Yesterday as well, 30 degrees. And today it was pretty hot, and then it crashed down really cold. Rain's also still raining. Just close the windows. You were fasting. Water fast again, or nothing interesting, just plotting. But plotting is cool. Sounds good. I definitely need to fast. When I'm still, I tried this week. I actually again cut out all carbohydrates. But since I was eating the weeks before more carbohydrates than usual, I really felt like I'm crashing. This where you feel weak, you cannot concentrate. Yeah, so I think I need again to eat less and less and less for the next 2 weeks to cut it completely out, because it's too hard of a cut. Yeah, I think what's today, Sunday? On Friday, yeah, I had extremely, I could not focus, I could not think, terrible. Yeah, then I had to eat 0 carbs last week's perfect, man. Awesome, super proud of you. Yes. Yeah, so that's the plan. Yeah, tomorrow only rice. Yeah, definitely cutting out bread and potato and noodles. Yeah, the high carbs, so to say. Rice at least works for me the best, but yeah. Does not eating in between snack count as fasting? Yes, it does. Actually, it does count. Yeah, it's just a small fasting period. Yeah. Yeah, 1G. I mean, you should at least, I think, 20 grams carbs eat because of the brain. It needs it, but like in milk or milk products, there's always a little carbohydrates in there. So, but yeah, I always drink my coffee with milk. What's like 150 millimeter milk is like, I don't know, 7 grams of carbs. Yeah, so this is fine. But yeah, I cannot cut them out. Yeah, really breaks my spirit, because the body has to switch back on ketos, on burning fat. Yeah, eventually. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. That's the main important thing. Yeah, it's the main problem with all the what I mentioned also. What General mentioned, all the health advice, or like, oh, you should eat this, you should do this. Yeah, it doesn't work like this. Just everybody is completely different. The function, the principle is same. But like I, for example, I need to drink a lot of water. Yeah? My body requires a lot of water. I drink about 3 liters, so like a gallon of water per day, if not even more. Yeah, for hard contrast, my wife maybe 1 liter. Yeah, and she cannot drink more. Yeah, so it's cannot really say, oh, you should drink this amount of that or consume this or that. So definitely need to. Obviously, no health advice, but yeah, check with your doctor. But yeah, also if you're not having any health issues, like check out how it works for you. My body has a high metabolism, so I need to eat. Yeah. I can imagine. Gluten, lactose intolerance. Yeah, for example, yeah, this is another thing. Yeah. What? You're not a doctor? I am, but for mental well-being only. I'm not a doctor. Role-playing as one in Minecraft. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. If I manage to get back, and this is also something I need. I have these cravings again with the carbohydrate stuff, but if I switch over to burning fat mainly, yeah, if the body switched over, not that I want, then I know that I have less hunger. Yeah, this is, yeah, but it is what it is. Could be worse. Yeah, we could be starving. So there's a lot of people who has not the luxury to choose what they can eat. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I actually need to kind of make one with my face, but yeah. So today, obviously, as it's late, I will. I'm tempted to paint something, yeah, but then it will be 4 a.m. and I have to continue doing the releases. Yeah, my plan is to do today until maybe 3 or 4 a.m. 4 a.m. probably too late, but yeah, it will probably be 4 a.m. Finishing up the product pictures, and then go to sleep, yeah, at least try a little bit before the sun comes out. I actually want to check out the Saturn, yeah. Allegedly today is the best day to look at the planet Saturn. It is like the brightest, yeah. Obviously, I think I will not be able to look at it with the clear eye, but at least want to hang out for like 15 minutes on the balcony during night. It's super cool. I like this the last few days. But yeah, I can catch some sleep and then tomorrow do until like 6 p.m. putting the products in the store, listing them, and then flip the switch, prepare all the sales stuff. Yeah, and then have a little break, yeah, for once, maybe some pig face. And yeah, and then next week we'll be processing orders and continuing releases. So, long story short, I have actually to do quite a lot of hobby stuff, things I want to do. I think we will build the Blackhawk together, yeah, up. I think this would be cool. I need to build it up. And I need to base the orcs so I can do the pictures. So I think will be cool. Just doing just the usual hangout, but I'm not painting. I'm just doing other stuff. And also, I mean, not that it's extreme, not like secret, but something special I do with like basing the miniatures or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's also the basic stuff which is maybe interesting to see, yeah, or not. I don't know. But yeah, I will not be silent, so that's at least one thing. So yeah, guys, let's head over. Cheers. I can see the camera aligned. Light in my face. Yeah, I have here a little. Usually, I have one, and it's like the IKEA trays. Actually, before I start talking, a little sip here. Yeah, don't forget to hydrate. So, yeah, these are like the from IKEA little trays. They're like €1, or now they're €1.50. Absolutely recommend them. As you already have seen. Yeah, thanks, man. Another sip here. Actually, I haven't drank much water today. 2 coffees and I don't know, so 1 cup of water. Yeah, more, but yeah, not enough, definitely. But yeah, like you saw, I have here tons of the trays. Yeah, they're above. Where is it? Yeah, there are more trays. Where's the finger here? There. Here's a tray. Here's a tray. Here we got some trays. Yeah, those are fantastic, and even more in the back. IKEA ones, they're grey. Yeah, this one obviously has seen already some action. But I highly recommend them. €1.50, or probably $1 in your region, or $2 Canadian. I have no idea, but I love those. Yeah, those are fantastic. Also to contain one project. Sadly, obviously, you need kind of like a wagon where you could stack them. I wanted to build something up. Because like this, they're taking a lot of space up, except if you have like the vehicles, which like I just showed here. Yeah, I just have them stacked on each other. Yeah, because vehicles are quite heavy, so it doesn't matter much. Yeah, but I've been basing already some figures. Here got some more of those Mina Rebels. Yeah, actually those are there's one more, but actually I don't know where I placed him. Yeah, what we painted last Thursday from this set. So I will paint them on video. Yeah, next week definitely gonna start. I prepared here some more of those criminal ones, yeah, from this set. Specifically, yeah, those have the goons. I have little mask. I think those are really cool. Definitely wanna get those painted up pretty soon. And here we got another tree stripe, inviting pants. Yeah, and lots of different stuff here. Those are really cool. The sheriff figures from Black Hill Games, yeah, from the movie The Den of Thieves. Hey Sarah, moin. Oder guten Abend, yeah. Good evening, good night. Yeah, those are really cool. Yeah, they have different colors, by the way, because sometimes, because I mix my own resin, the color to get this, which is my only secret I have, yeah, it's not available, so I have to go to another color, and then when it mixes, it looks a little bit lighter, yeah, but it's the same quality, same flexibility stuff. So what else we got here? Yeah, those are all the sheriff ones, which are really cool. I'm super excited to get those painted up. Fantastic ones. Yeah, also with the little... Actually get here some focus, maybe. Yeah, if you can see it, little sheriff imprint, literally. Yeah, so really cool. If you wanna... Helps definitely in like painting it up, if you wanna write it. And if you don't wanna have the sheriff one, yeah, grab your little knife and just do like a scratchy scratch. Easy one. Yeah, but I think they're really cool. Would work also really good for cool for some, you know, the classic PMC ones. Yeah, if we change up the sheriff stuff. Yeah, obviously this would be a little bit harder to scratch off on the front. But yeah, I think they're really cool. I like them a lot. Here we got some more. I don't know. I think those are unreleased yet. This is one of the Commander. Yeah, absolutely, Zero. Those are really cool. Yeah, they're really cool. That I really want to. I think maybe next. What's today? Sunday. Next Thursday we will maybe paint up one of the sheriffs. Maybe the lead character, the Gerard Butler character. Yeah, focus, my friend. Yeah, with his scar. Super cool. Yeah, I think he definitely deserves some paint. Really awesome dude here. Yeah, I need a little bit more cleanup. But yeah, this is easy with the knife. And we have it sorta. Depends how anal you are. Usually I don't know, if it's below, I don't care much about the little things here. Yeah, and his butt crack, we got a little piece which I can actually cut out a little bit. So he can freely toot. Yeah. So I like this a lot. One personal, yeah, obviously I'm extreme picky, rivet counter. But it's allegedly in the movie there are scenes where he has the sides, yeah, front side, back sides, folded down. I think it's a movie error, but you see how precise Black Hill Games is working. Even this detail he wanted to take over. Yeah, they're really cool. Sorry, are there also the Marsoc bad guys too? From the movies, you mean? The what's it called? Meryl's Men, Merry Men, or something. No, not yet. But I think he probably has them on the list. Not really sure. But yeah, I got those already based. Yeah, we'll probably. I don't know if we're gonna airbrush them together here on stream or not. Kinda. Maybe we can try it out depending on the how loud it is. But yeah, actually I wanted to talk about this guy here. Yeah, this is one of the Middle Eastern Amina leaders from Miska. Yeah, and as you can see, maybe seeing that the gun is rather big. This is what I said earlier, that he has one set of those lead characters which have different sizes. Yeah, so this guy is rather, I don't know. Allegedly, midget is the wrong term probably, but yeah, like a small person or whatever you wanna call type, which I think is really cool. Yeah, and this is what I always look, is that the gun size is appropriate. So this is really cool detail. Yeah, he has also one which is bigger, which I need to resupport. Yeah, these are just the first test prints, which are working for me. Yeah, this one is from the same set, really cool. But yeah, to see like the difference, really cool. I like this a lot. Terror Drafts, yes. Yeah, it's cool. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. We would love to have badass Marsoc Marines turned robbers. Yeah, absolutely. Probably could kit bash some. Yeah, I think maybe my the Black Atlas dudes, which I kit bashed, started. They will probably look similar, I guess. Yeah, if you depending, like the head you put on the figure, if they are modular, makes a huge difference. Yeah, for example, that's a bad example maybe, but yeah, we have here this forward air controller SSO dude. Yeah, dirt on the head, but we can add, for example, this head on. Yeah, and then he looks more like a Western type character with this. Then we can put on, I don't know, this head on. Yeah, then obviously he looks more Russian. Special Forces. And it's the same miniature, really. The head dictates so much. Let me see if I find a different one. Yeah, here, more patrol cap type. Obviously, I would glue them in, but yeah, just to show them. Yeah, patrol cap looks also more different. Do I have a complete different one? It's just some heads I flying around here. Yeah, for example, this guy here. Yeah, this guy with the balaclava and wool cap. Yeah, looks also different. Yeah, so this is the head makes so much difference. And that's why I love if at least the heads are modular. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Most popular and the easiest kit bash. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely agree. I always put the head on last when I build miniatures. Yeah, same. I always glue them on. Like, yeah, I don't have any example here, but I have like tons somewhere else. Also all primed. But yeah, I assemble them, and then the head is literally the last one where I kind of like have a feel, look at it. So yeah, what else? Actually, we'll put this. Actually, yeah. This is actually one which I also would like to paint up rather soon. This is also coming definitely tomorrow in the release. This is for Miska Miniature. This, I think it's called Ambassador. Looks also a little bit like an ambassador. Really cool VIP type figure. Yeah, here I've been really clumsy, not cleaned him up properly. Yeah, not clumsy, lazy. Deliberately lazy. But it's okay. Just scratch it off. Yeah, so this one we will probably. I thought about painting up this today actually because, yeah, lying to myself again. Just giving him like a gray or blue suit, and then highlighting it a little bit, giving maybe like golden glasses. Would go fast, but it probably won't. But I like scenario miniatures a lot. Yeah, like those two. Another one also from Miska from different set. This is Colonel Ikange, I think he called him. Yeah, like an African warlord, president character. Here got already some wash on him splattered with some really nice. And this is his foreign advisor character. Really cool. Also has some support left in his finger, just seeing. But yeah, those are really cool. VIP, which you could probably need to take hostage or whatever. They are definitely here on the soon to paint. I actually can turn around a little bit. I have here here's a little spinny table, which you sometimes see with the camera here. With just a black cardboard, a little behind the scenes. And these are all the soon to paint and the ones we already painted. A little. Sorry. A little sneak peek here. Yeah, but. So. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, you have a big box of other printed figures, which we're gonna at least base, yeah, because like I said, sorry, you guys. So true. I think we talked about it Wednesday. I'm planning to bring deniables for both sides, West and East, so head swap is a game changer. Yeah. Remember you saying this, and yeah, absolutely. You could really take any military miniature, and if you put some, just balaclava type hats on it. This is probably one of my favorite hats from Common Octopus, or this which I showed earlier with the where is it? Already lost. With the wool cap on. Yeah, really cool one. Yeah, really nice. Red glass hipster ecological politician. Yes, actually right. Could put red glasses. Yeah, but they need to be like a little bit pointy, I think. From yeah, resin crack is awful. Yeah, but those are like one of the latest one, which I don't know, if I have place on the space on when I print, then I always fill it up. Yeah, those are the desert fighters, obviously very IDF Israel inspired. I think they're really cool. If this is something which you're interested in, yeah. So those will go. This is the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. Sorry. So yeah, I have those all printed. I will probably base them. Yeah, maybe base them today all. Because yeah, what I wanted to say, the people were asking. I know this personally. Yeah, actually, it's dumb that I haven't done this, but it takes some time to do. This one I have actually no idea what this guy is, to be honest. But he's cool. Definitely Echo Dark Studio in country. But people were like saying, yeah, the renders, the 3D render pictures on my page, they are awesome, but yeah, they are not reassuring, yeah, since there's so much bad quality out there, which I heard of, and yeah, so people always ask me if I can send them picture, and I have mostly everything printed up, yeah, like those green berets. I even based the other day for one of my now customers, to send him proper pictures, especially asking about the scaling. So yeah, I want to base everything I have and zap some pictures through the week, next week, and also add them in the store, so it's a really clear representation what you're getting here. Those are also, I really like the anti-tank team guys, and I think those will be really easy to paint up. Yeah, just literally, I think you just go with the classic 887 and then you just pick the skin parts and add a little color modulation here and there. Yeah. So what else we have here in this mixed bag? I have no idea. I think this is one of the Green Beret operators. Yeah, really cool with the entry tool, hammer, and what else we have here? Yeah, some pouches and packs. Pretty cool. So much cool stuff. Yeah, the Blackthorn dudes. I really like those hats. Yeah, with the rather long eye holes only mask, quad knots, and sniper rifle. With the, I think, yeah, it looks like shoulder armor on him as well, which is cool. Yeah, Blackthorn, I think, is really cool faction. Really great idea. And all those snaps here, I cannot remove them cleanly because it would take too much time to prepare it for the store, but they're just for sake of showing. Yeah, if you go always not inwards but outwards, then you can remove them really easy. Yeah, and it's more or less clean. Here, this angle. Yeah, now they are way better, depending how picky you are. Yeah, so easy peasy. Mossad-inspired QRF would be interesting. Yeah, actually cool, yeah, but I think they would also look like just your usual deniable dudes, maybe? I actually don't know. Those are really cool, yeah. Those I definitely want to paint up. Those are the Russian Wimple dudes, also a little bit heavier armored guys here with little cock armor and the throat. I know it's a hood. Decked out AK. Yeah, also cool. Yeah, you see, I have tons of stuff, and I think I sorted them already out. Yeah, this is another one from the Wimple set. Yeah, with here a little bit leg armor. I think it even is also decked out AK. Lots of pouches, lots of stuff. Yeah, also a little groin protection. But yeah, those are those. What we have here actually. Yes, those were the. Yeah, those are the Black Hill Games SWAT dudes, which are brand new out, which will also be released now. I think those are really cool. If you are into SWAT, yeah, I have not painted any SWAT, but I like his guys a lot. Classic breacher dude, shotgun, the hammer in the back. Yeah, I like this classic. Yeah, yeah, this is all in country. This one is Black Hill Games. But this, the IDF guys and everything, and this was in country or Equinox Studio. Yeah. So, what's this one? Yeah, this is also one of the SWAT dudes, which I think is really cool. And they also have changeable heads. Yeah, there's always he includes Black Hill Games includes one version with which is a full figure, which I prefer to print because it's just easier to get a figure based, but I will offer them without the heads attached, yeah, so you can pick the heads again, little freestyle, or if you just want to get them for kit bashing, yeah, if you put again some other heads on it, then he will be looking more tactical, yeah, because they look all the same, yeah, Generation 3 type pants, plate carrier, combat shirt type of thing, yeah. I think even with this helmet, if you paint him like an, I don't know, multicam, yeah, could work as some Navy SEALs, yeah, with the H&K 416 D, I think it is. So easy. And lastly, I had those, I showed those earlier, but those are, last time I showed them painted up, yeah. Those are the Combat Octopus criminals, the older ones, which I really like. I just printed some to prepare little free goodie bags, yeah. I always prepare goodie bags where I throw in one free miniature with a base for every order. It's mostly random. Depending on what you're ordering, you get something which could be your opposing force or whatever to your order. But yeah, I just print some randoms one, which I think is always nice. Yeah, and here we got another ambassador. Yeah. Unprimed. Something else. Here we got another of those Mina Rebels, which I have not edited yet. Yeah, you can see there the gaps. Also here the trigger is not filled in. Yeah, which sucks a little bit. So this one needs to be adjusted. Yeah, long story short, Sierra, I wanted to take another look after the other one left, even though I'm not convinced yet. Yeah, no worries. Different weapons, I would imagine, but I know what they use, so just use US equipment webs. I think for Mossad-inspired QRF, definitely looking at what's called Fauda TV series. Yeah, they have you typically M4 or Car 15. I actually don't know. I think it's M4s. They have a lot of Uzi, mini micro Uzi with a lot of attachment stuff. They do have one dude with DMR rifle, but I have no idea what it is actually from head. but Fauda. I think if you look it up, there's this website called Firearms or the Movie Firearms Database, mfdb dot something com.org or whatever. There you can always check movies and they have all the weapons listed. Yeah, so this would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, Galil actually true. Galil stuff and different modded weapon. Yeah. Israel Uzi, absolute Uzi, yeah. Would love to order from you, just can't. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you can, if you want, always welcome, obviously. But yeah, if you can't, then please don't order. Yeah. Also, if anyone watching, you have financial problems, then yeah, please don't order. Yeah. Don't get in any troubles. Yeah. But thank you. Thank you. So, and here we have first view at the Orcs. Yeah, with this one I'm gonna base right now, actually. Yeah, so let's make a little base here. Zoom out a little bit. Get those fellows to the right. Yeah. And if you order from me, or not usually, always when you order from me, a little promo showcase here anyway. I always throw in a 25mm bases to every 28 and 32mm miniatures. For 20mm, I don't know what people use, so I think better not to add anything in. I do have created, where is it? The mess here on the desk. I created some, here it is, also 20mm bases. They are 3mm high, which I think people like the chunkier bases a lot. Yeah, they have a little, what's called, lipped variant. So depending if you're, and they're like textured, as you can see, so your stuff glues really perfect on it. So you can either assemble with the resin stuff. Yeah, this side is probably the most best one. Glue them on, so it's always included. Yeah, it's something when I ordered Bolt Action sets, there were always bases included, and I like this a lot. Yeah, so this is where I got inspired from. Yeah, but if you use, for example, like I use washers for magnetization, so I glue my washers in this little hole here, which then makes it yeah, it disappears in it. Yeah, it doesn't add a little bit more. And like I use my magnetized paint holder, yeah, then it, yeah, if it would be glued, technically it sticks. Yeah, I have used my own bases. Just glued it on. Fantastic. But that's the other thing. If you have, for example, metal or casted miniatures like this fellow here from Spectre, which I just recently acquired, yeah, because I kind of wanted, yeah, stupidity with completing the sets, yeah, the old metal sets. Someone offered them, I grabbed them up, cartel set. They come with those puddle on the base, and if you have your base and you glue them on, then it's always like they're standing a little bit higher, so on. Also the puddles, I think, yeah, are not really flat. So what I usually do, I sand them down with a little file, yeah, to get them really flush. But it's really cooler if you just have like this side, yeah, and then you can just glue him on, and then the puddle disappears in this little inset. So this was my nothing new thought process in designing my own bases. And I also have, because like as you noticed, I base all my figures directly on the washers. Yeah, this is due to two reasons. First of all, they're really flat. I like them super flat, personally. And obviously I need the metal for my magnet stuff. Secondly, because the first Ultramodern rules I played was Spectre, and they use 20mm bases, and those are 20mm washers. And tertiary, yeah, third. I think smaller bases are nicer if you want to play indoors, because you can move the figures better in close areas. That's the reason why I never changed. Yeah, it's kind of bad to paint this all this way and then giving everyone this base. Yeah, but I know that the majority use 25mm, so I'm here on the fence. But technically, and I will do this probably at a later point, I will do a little adapter thing, which is super easy to design, where you can just clip in your 20mm bases and then you have 25mm if you want to. Depending on your rule set, yeah. Well, if you play dynamic infantry rules, then it doesn't matter. But other rule sets, it bothers, yeah. Games Workshop 2, good idea. I think I'll do that green stuff to fill for me or milliput. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. For example, milliput, yeah, or whatever you have, green stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. Don't like the oval bases. Yeah, I also don't like oval bases. I also don't like those which look like cookies. Yeah, which are kind of like those. Yeah, those are from David Sheff models. Those are actually decent. Yeah, I will offer them as well, but they are resin printed, and I think, I don't know, it's for base, I think it's just too expensive in production. And then you have always one side which has those, you see those markings, and they're like flat. And I can produce those with this texture stuff, which is like awesome, yeah. And they're really quality-wise, yeah. You have one, here it is. One side has a little marking, which is due to the production. But depending on your rules, you can use this as your indicator for where the center is. Yeah? If you use rules where you have the aiming, yeah, then you can use. This one I will rework a little bit, 90-degree angle, and then you can perfectly align it to have your vision cone, for example. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I don't know why, but I have also 20mm bases made. Same thing, 20mm. I don't have washers. I actually was thinking if I switch mine to this one and get smaller washers, which are probably cheaper. But yeah, Sierra switched back to 25mm, but I'm working with 32mm. Yeah, then it's 20mm. It's really tight. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this guy, for example, yeah, it's really on the limit where you can glue him on, but still works for me. And I'm not too picky about overhang. Yeah, this one is an extreme case. Yeah, sniper dude, really cool one. Definitely need also to paint this one up. So many cool ones. But he's like half as, not half as us, but a little bit out of the base, and his foot is out of the base, and obviously the gun is protruding. So technically, a sniper I would have actually based on a 25mm, which I have also, yeah. So this guy, for example, the other one, deniable. I put it on a 25mm base just to keep this sniper barrel alive. And it's okay. This is something which will definitely not go into CQB building, so I'm cool with this. But yeah, here I also used my base, which is cool. Yeah, talking about all the bases, I also made, because I know people want a little bit flatter. Those are not included in the miniature. Yeah, you will always get the 3mm ones, but I also offer 2mm high bases. Yeah, same principle. They're just 2mm high, and if you're using your regular 1.5mm washers, they still disappear just about a bit. Yeah, you see a tiny little bit, maybe 0.5 millimeter is protruding, but yeah. And the regular base sizes will also come tomorrow in the store. So 20mm, 25, 30, 40, 60, 25 by 50. So like those here. Yeah. The classic oval-shaped ones. Yeah. Those will also be offered. Those are 2mm ones, which are cool for your lying sniper. Yeah, actually here I have one. Yeah, on one of my bases. Yeah, completely dusted. Yeah, but exactly, those are really cool. And 60mm bases will also be included, and mixed options from, I think, from 10 to 75. Obviously, the bigger the set, the cheaper it will get. And all in 3mm height and 2mm height, yeah, depending what you prefer. Yeah, because I figured, literally, if people get miniatures from me and they have the bases, and I heard already a lot, like even Fuzzfire, I think you also mentioned it, that you're liking the bases, that you want to have your other forces cohesive. So I thought, yeah, why not offer this as well? Yeah, a 60mm one, yeah, for your what's called emplacements or whatever. Speaking about emplacement, yeah. Oh, actually, maybe we could build this one up. This would be cool. So much stuff, but I think I need to remove the supports. And yeah, I need the 30mm to base the ornaments. So yeah, where do we start? You know, again, distracted. It's just so much I want to do and so much to do. But yeah, base is super cool. I think they're fantastic. Also, the cool stuff is comparing it to Warlord games, which were my preferred bases. I still have quite a few ones. The lip bases. Yeah, those come ready to use. Yeah, no need to clip out of any sprues and then sand the edges and all this stuff. Yeah, you get them in a nice bag and they're literally ready to go. And this structured stuff is just awesome. Yeah, the stuff just sticks really good. Yeah, usually I with the metal ones it's difficult, but I will show a little trick in a moment how I do it. Yeah, the washers I buy, they have one really flat side, and then I have one side which has curved edges. So I always try to get the flat side up for where I glue the figure on. And then I bought a bunch of these. Yeah, I don't know if you know what this is. This is when you have what's it called? When you have a sheet of paper and then you make the two holes so you can put it in the folder. Yeah, and those are stickers to glue over those holes if you made them wrong. So, and I use those to just glue over this little hole so nothing seeps out. Yeah, and just to give it a little more adhesion, what a lot of people do with the plastic bases. And this is something I think, Sarah, didn't you had the issue, I think, lately? Maybe I'm mistaken. I use a little hobby knife, and then let's see if I can showcase it probably. Yeah, I make little scratches in it. I think I need to zoom in. Yeah, this is really, you probably saw this already 1,000 times. Little scratches. Then I turn it by, I don't know, 40 degrees. More scratches. And I don't push hard so I don't rip in the hole. I turn it another one. Do another set. Yeah, and then I have more rougher surface than before. This helps to get a better adhesion with your super glue. And yeah, actually, let's finish this. Just base one figure on a metal base. How I do it with the orcs. Yeah, I have here my little magic powder. Yeah. That's why I can talk so much and not take a breather. That's just baking soda. Yeah, the regular baking soda. In German, I think it's also called baking soda. The cheapest one is to get in your cleaning department. Yeah, I think you get 1 kilo, half a kilo for €2 or less. Alternatively, you can get Kaiser Natron in Germany, which is more for food consumption, but I think it's all the same. Yeah. Just be sure if you're sensitive, like I'm usually very sensitive. I get super itchy nose and sneezing and so on, because it's like a salt to not breathe it in. But what I do, first we use super glue, preferable if you have. Those are kind of, look what's cheaper. Yeah, I bought those in a dollar store, which are like just no name. Yeah, just called super glue. And they were like €2. And counting, the stingy guy I am, counted together how many grams I have versus what I usually buy. 20 grams of a bottle. This is also the cheapest one on eBay. Yeah, but this is so much. Usually the rest just dries in or gets a higher viscosity. I do prefer the more viscosity glue, which is not too runny. But technically it doesn't matter. So what I do, I should pick one. I actually like this shotgun guy here. Yeah, let's pick this one. SWAT dude from Black Hills Games. So I take my super glue and I just really fill the whole base. Let's see if this is still good to go. Yeah. So this is really standard super glue, very runny. But I really fill it up to the brim. Careful. Yeah. You can see if you look at the light where stuff missing. Yeah. Sure it doesn't fall over. Then I take my best case prepared figure. Yeah, this one I didn't check, but I can get some little knobs later on. And just place them how I need. And press them a little bit down. Yeah? Not too much, because obviously it can break off. And try not to touch the super glue area. And you can see already with the edges getting a little white that it starts already to dry. But yeah, this is probably already enough. Then I pick my base up, hold the figure up, then get here my little baking soda, and I just really put him once in and tap it a little bit off. And technically that's it. Yeah. Put them here on the lid and then let them dry, and when the lid is full then I treat them further. Yeah, so technically they're like those. And there's still some dust on the heat. Yeah, when it's dry, maybe next day, maybe a few hours later, I have a bigger brush. And yeah, and this is a little bit where you should be careful with breathing, like use a mask or you do it outdoors or however. But I just place it on my tray. Yeah, right now I will just cover my face for the bad example. I usually do this just to breathe in this which is going up. Yeah, and then I just brush it off to the side carefully. Yeah, exaggerated for this one. There was nearly nothing on. And then all the little dust is standing here, and when I'm finished, then I just brush it in the corner, yeah, or in this corner, and then I pour it back in here, and we can just reuse the excess. And this is like, I don't know, I'm using this. I refilled it once, but since 2020, I think. Yeah. And then you have a really clean, very extreme. Yeah, I will not overdo it because I will break it off. And they have also a little texture on it, which here we have a better. And if you're using a brush, yeah, this is a rather soft synthetic brush and big one. Recommend definitely for dusting off. But yeah, the bases look later like this. Yeah, so you have really cool structure already on it. This works perfect for concrete. Example number 1. Just painted gray, black wash, like Nuln Oil, strong, not dark tone, and then a lighter gray dry brush. Yeah, it looks just perfect like concrete. Or if you're not in the mood for concrete, painted Iraqi sand, brown wash like strong tone Agrax, and dry brush with pale sand. Yeah, cliche classic desert. Or this one is just chocolate brown with strong tone, and then I don't know, flat earth or something. I dry brushed it a little bit. Yeah, and then I added a little tufts and this clump foliage, which is really cool. Yeah, and this little stuff which looks like roots. This is, we'll show this in a moment actually. Yeah, here we can see it really good. This is when I use the high viscosity, the more gel-like super glue. It cannot take in the because baking soda with super glue reacts. It gets also a little bit hot. Yeah, you can feel a little bit heat emitting when it reacts, but it gets extremely hot. Yeah, super hot. Before the figure will disconnect from the base, it will break off. It's so crazy joint. It's like all those Asian videos where you see they use yum yum noodles to repair chairs or whatever. Technically the same, yeah. Where they add super glue to make it just hard. Yeah, I think super glue doesn't. The yum yum noodles does not react in the same way, but the baking soda does. But the gel cannot absorb it, and if you put too much gel on it, then it will create those little waves, and those are perfect, yeah, for either make like what I want to do here, derelict, broken up asphalt, which we did this actually on this guy. Here, painted them up brown. Looks like roots coming through the concrete. Yeah, then obviously a little tufts to give it a more derelict, and a classic trash bag, which is just a piece of plastic. Yeah, this looks cool. Or if you paint it brown, then you can have a forest ground. Here I wanted to go with the same vibe, with the more broken asphalt. And yeah, you just used a lot of the stuff. Should we do another one? Yeah, let's do another one. Need another washer. Yeah, here from my eternal washer collection. Quite heavy. Sticker. And that's really good. Yeah, you don't need to buy them. Obviously, they cost money. The other way you could do it is get your masking tape, which I don't know where it is. Yeah, I really don't know where. Here it is. Yeah, get your masking tape. Yeah, I prefer the blue one. It has the best adhesion one. You could just get a little bit here, rip a little bit off, and then you just rip a piece off, and then you could also just glue it on, and you got the whole cover. It's the same principle. Way cheaper. It's a little bit more work because you need to rip it off, and then maybe the corner is too long. But technically, it's the same like this. It's just the more lazy way. Full basing secrets here, yeah. Oh, sorry. Spitting here already. Foaming from the mouth. I mean, it's no secret. It's just like how the technique evolved. And if I still want to add different debris, I can still add super glue on it, and then use like bigger stones. Yeah, not marbles, but stuff like this. Yeah, thank you very much. That's crazy. Still hot here. Actually not 26 degrees. Thank you, sir. But yeah, making a thick, ropey one. Used gel-like super glue. That is a brand new one. I think it's also the last one I have. Doesn't matter. Oh, I should pick a figure first. So I would really like to paint I like one of those bandit types, which you already painted one. Just gonna use this guy here, yeah, with the duffel bag. I think he's cool, from Command Octopus. I think it's his first set he released. Yeah, still really like them. Let's just use him. And yeah, you can do the scratch what I do. I don't do it always. Yeah, let's do it again to show how I just do very lightly. I'm not pressing too hard. Turn it some more. Turn it again. So we have 3 different directions. Yeah, and then yeah, crisscross, little roughening. Also important, yeah, check your feet. If it's flat, mostly they're flat. You can also just use the knife if you want, or scrape it, which also roughens the surface a little bit up. We use our gel. Really thick super glue here. So thick it's not coming out. Yeah, but we do the same. Cover the whole base. And this is easier to spot, yeah, like you can see, where there is no super glue on it yet. And add a little bit more if you want those ropey things. Add a little bit more. There's a little dry piece here. Just want to put to the side. And go up until the border here. So, this looks good. Make sure the tip is empty. I usually squeeze a little bit. Then the pipe canal is empty, and I never close this fully down because then the tip will glue on and then you're effed. You're fucked, literally. So I always leave a little bit space so I can actually close it and open up if it starts sticking together. So with the gel, it takes a little bit longer to cure, to start sticking. So what I usually do is blow on it gently. Just so we get this white border going. And then I place my figure. And again, hold just for a little bit, little pressure to give it a really good connection. I don't know, I'm not counting, I'm just whatever, 20, 30 seconds. Yeah, I think this is good. Then I pick him up, go again here with our little baking soda, and do the swirly swirl. And we can also keep him inside, yeah. Yeah, awesome. Scopes, yeah. Keep the figure inside the baking soda. Don't touch him, but wiggle him gently a little bit until the white stuff falls off. Yeah. Yeah, but exactly like this. And yeah, when the stuff will dry, then it should give those ropey things. Yeah, but hi Paul, yeah, by the way. Yeah, good evening, good night, sir. Yeah, and another method which I saw online, I don't remember who showed it, But if you want to have like a forest ground and you want to have those roots, roots, yeah, you have these roots, you can use toilet paper, rip little pieces on, and then you make a little sausage out of, and then you have a very thin sausage, and then you glue this on the base, yeah, and then you also can imitate roots, forest roots, yeah. But they are, I think it's one means too much work, but this is easier. This is also a little bit more uncontrollable and should be repeatable. Yeah, I think this looks good. I just really need to wait a little bit. But yeah, this is how I usually do all my bases. Always with the baking soda to give this extreme adhesion. And I still can apply any of the other stuff if I want. Here I have this one, which is, I don't know, I used a little bit. I use quite a lot actually, yeah, but still so much left. So yeah, you can use a lot of household items, but I do recommend. Vallejo also have other brands, but I like the AK stuff. I don't know, it's €7 or something if you're not using it for a terrain project, and if you keep it humid. If you check it occasionally. This is still very wet. Just throw in a little bit of water. It's all acrylic based, if it says acrylic based. But yeah, this is a high quality acrylic product. So acryl means water based in most cases, in all cases I think. Just throw a little water in here, make sure it's tight. But this will really hold for a long time if you're not doing diorama builds with it. Yes. So let's get the orcs started. The orcs, I assume, I have really zero idea about 40k Warhammer, but I think 30mm or 32mm is the right scale for this. Yes, yeah, I'm still shocked how huge they are. I mean, they will be really cool to paint up. I can really not wait to get my grubby little hands on them. But just what the fuck, really. And this is something also. I mean, the head is obviously bigger. And this is also what I think a lot of people get discouraged by, which I notice. At least I think it's a little cheesy. For us who paint 38 or 32 realistically scaled figures. If you look at people painting Warhammer figures, I guess they're like this size usually. Yes, what's exactly. So they are bigger, so they're easier to paint to some extent. And there's also a lot of people who paint busts like standees, which are either, if you compare this guy here, our 135 scale or 54mm, even bigger, If I paint this one up, obviously I can add more detail because it's bigger. And I think a lot of the more profound, renowned painters, which I see on Instagram, for example, or on Twitter, they paint all the face tutorials or so on bigger heads, so they just looks crazier. And this is something you cannot do on a 28mm head. If you just compare it, it's not possible. And then people paint those figures up and compare them with people painting those paint those faces up, and get discouraged. So don't get discouraged. It's not tricking. It's just different scale. Just completely different. And but it's cool. I definitely want to try some non-metallic stuff here. Never done it. But what do you think? With I know Phosphor and Adventure, you definitely have experience, but I guess 30mm is fine for those, for playing Kill Team or something. I guess I will never play Kill Team or anything, but if I have this Orc team, I would at least be able to. So it would be cool to have the Phosphor leader, my man. Hey, what's up? Yeah. What base size for Kill Team Warhammer stuff is 30 millimeters good, or do I need 40 millimeters, or doesn't matter? You never bought orcs, so you don't know. It really doesn't matter the faction to have different base sizes. Yeah, I have no idea. We could Google quick. Let's Google a little bit. Where's it? Yeah. Yeah, boss, how you doing? Long time no see, my friend. Hope you're doing good. I believe the size is 30 millimeters, so 30 is fine, I think. Ultramodern 28 or 25. Oh, really? So much different. I don't play Kill Team. Yeah, I also don't play Kill Team, but I think this is at least the most, in terms of how many figures you need, the most realistic stuff. So where's the browser? What base sizes for orcs in Kill Team to use? But I know the orcs are 32 millimeters now. Gretchens are on 25 millimeter, way smaller than orcs. Orc commando box, 32 millimeter bases. Bomb squig on 25. Yeah, I do have a bomb squig, yeah, I think. I guess I have no idea. $70, Jesus Christ. Open image. But the question... The command is designed for 32 millimeter bases, therefore for consistency with our official Kill Team or commando box, 30 millimeter bases are recommended. So it's recommended, so it doesn't matter, yeah. So I don't need to be too German about it. I think we just go with 30 millimeters. Yeah, I don't have 32 millimeters printed. I have designed some, also 35. Space Marines are also 32 millimeter. I don't know. I would get the orc size from Kill Team. I would just go with 30 millimeters. Yeah, if I want to play this game, if I ever play it, and someone says, "Yeah, your base is 2 millimeters too small, I will not play for you," then I will say, "All right, first and last experience in this thing." Yeah, but I think it's pretty similar type vibing what I have here, I guess. Maybe at least here, one guy with a pistol. I also have some bomb character. Yeah, actually you're right, boss for leaders. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for this input. 30 millimeter it is. Ah, shit. Ah, hit my leg. Ah, son of a gun. Yeah, so let's get some beautiful bases out here. And actually we need also to glue in my not magnets, but washers. But if you for some reason go to a Games Workshop store event and play, they won't let you feel the minis at all. Yeah, I heard this already. They're really anal about it. But Sierra actually told me something the other day, which I thought was really interesting. When they have huge tournaments, they want to have the official miniatures, obviously because they want to make money. Yeah, we don't need to talk about the bush about this. But they have specific poses. So the umpires, the not coaches, but yeah, umpires, the guys the judges, I think. It's the right word as a judge. Yeah, you know what I mean. They can directly identify the figures depending on the pose, and if you're using proxies, then it's harder for them. Allegedly, I thought it's a valid thought. So yeah, so can maybe readjust a little bit. So I need to glue my watches on. That is a little bit waste of super glue, but doesn't matter. Oh, this seems empty already. Yeah, this is empty already. But it's cool. I do like the tubes because you use them up before they dry out. But yeah, I will not open now a new one. We'll just use this one. Like in the pick, they have different base size depending on the unit. Yeah, this they also said like they all have 32 millimeters, but this bomb squig, so the bomb character, suicide character, I guess, is on a 25 millimeter. So yeah. But actually, looking at those, they're really inspired by the ones I have. I was not aware. Yeah. So just some super glue. Yeah, always make sure to at least cover it roughly. For 32 millimeters, I will probably just drop in one washer. Yeah, if I have bigger bases, like 60 millimeters, I usually do 3 washers. So one down. Like gunners have 28, normal soldiers 25. Oh, that sounds super complicated. But does it have a difference in for the game? Like do the size matter really for playing the game? I guess not. Yeah. Yeah, Judge. Middle Earth Judge. Ah, yes, Middle Earth it was. Sorry, yeah. Thanks, Sarah. It's a good practice to contact the TO about any heavily kit bash modified miniatures you have before bring to a tournament. Yeah, good point, yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea how Kill Team works. This is the only reason why I'm mentioning it is because I know it uses very little amount of miniatures. It's faster to play, I guess. And I have this, I think we talked this a long time ago already. I saw those Gaunt's Ghosts figures from 2021 or 2022. And they had really beautiful poses and I was so close to getting them. But since they were like 130 euros, I said, okay, I think I will not get them. But they were cool. They were standing on trees and having the knife out. Yeah, they're really, really cool posing, guys. Yeah, that's the only reason why I know of Kill Team. And I guess that they play it in the local hobby store. So it would be cool generally to get a little bit more contacts and contact with some local people. Yeah, not just here in my dungeon of cucumbers and resin. But I know that my local gaming store, they play Saga. And this is something which I also already at least 2.5 years or 3 years ago, where I checked and played. But I have Vikings and wanted to do 2 factions. The Rus Vikings, I think. And some other Vikings, yeah. I guess I already forgot. Base size matter in the way that the smaller the base you have, the easier time you have to fit your minis onto objectives and terrain. Yeah, that's the main reason why I so persistently do 20mm bases on my Ultramoderns, to move them around inside buildings, which I really like. And yeah. I bought them for 56 euros. Damn, man, that's a steal for Games Workshop prices. Yeah, I really like them. Yeah, the artwork is really nice. I mean, to read up a little bit more about 40k. I don't think really that I would get into the game itself, because the game itself doesn't really looks like fun. I watched a lot of. In the beginnings, yeah, like 2020, when I started, actually I'm lying, not 2020, 2018 to 2020, when I started with the hobby in itself. Yeah, actually late 2017, but I started only actively looking around, playing and painting, buying equipment 2018. And there was like a lot of Warhammer stuff only on YouTube. Yeah, no, really little bolt action. 1-2 channels which I really loved watching their battle reports. They were really great. But like tons of Warhammer stuff. 40k, Age of Sigmar, and I watched some 40k stuff. Besides not really knowing what's happening there, because I was completely new to the whole Wargaming tabletop aspect. It was always a little bit boring, I dare to say. I really liked looking at it, and it looks cool, throwing the dice and all. But it was always like the guy who went first, completely annihilated the opponent, and the opponent kind of scratched everything together he had to a counter attack. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's probably already 2 new versions released. So what do I? Yeah, there might be also some rules in the actions that are based on base size. Oh, okay. Sierra, now that I'm thinking about fielding my SSC, yeah, the secure and sexually contained. Now I know the guys from the two-man army. I remember. I don't remember what the thing is. At Arsenal Rifle Dick, I probably just send a kit list to the respective contacts and ask how I should play them. Yeah, you could. Would be actually cool, yeah. Would be really cool. Send me your list. I will definitely think about it. Like with base size, you control objective. Ah, really? You mean like with touching, getting base-to-base contact, Phosphor? Yeah, actually, I have to check how many orcs I do have. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is, I think, the version of the bomb squib I have. Some, I don't know, I have no idea what this is, but looks cool. With the, like the Soviet dogs, tanker dogs. And it's definitely not going on a 25mm base. It's a little bit tight, yeah. I also have one, this is cool, I like this one without the bomb. Yeah, could be really cool for some SCP, Ultramodern, paranormal, cryptic thing, yeah, those are cool. Sadly only one pose, but I could mirror them to have 2 different poses, yeah. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10 it seems. 10, and then I have this little goblin, which actually looks really similar to the, which also really cool, I like him. What you doing? You bloody wanker? Yeah, I don't mind it. English accent, you know, but yeah, really cool. I like this with all the nicks and cracks and scratches. I think this one could go on a 25mm base. Yeah, so maybe do this like they have in the roads. I don't know. We'll see. But 10 orc, and we got 6 bases. And since my math maybe is correct, we need 4 more. Yeah, for 10. But yeah, actually looking at this, they're really, really inspired by the original Commando team. But I still really I really have to think about, but I think I want to do them all multicam black. Yeah, to be really Spec Ops type. And then obviously, I actually don't know, but I guess in lore, orcs can also have different skin tones, hues of greens. Would be cool. Yeah. Just scale it down. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, it's a good idea. Scale it down. Yeah, I will not base this now, so I will probably take a moment to investigate it. And yeah, actually, it's a good idea scaling it down. Yes, thank you for the input. Yeah, those dino thing looks like they would fit on a 75 by 42mm base. Yeah, that's a very unusual size for me as a 25 or 40 or 60 millimeter or 20 millimeter base. Space orcs are always green skin because it's un-orky not to be green. But paint them with purple camo because no one has seen purple orc. I want to give them an ultramodern spin, so like real life camouflage stuff, and just like have them painted green. I'm even tempted, yeah, but it's probably not cool to cut off all this very orky bits. But yeah, I think this would be too... Yeah, then I could kit bash them again. But I could actually get one. This would be actually way more fun, yeah. Get one of the, I don't know, yeah, like, you know, this PMC guy we painted. Yeah, and scale him bigger up and give him an orc head. Yeah, that's what would be actually really cool. Even cooler than the other way around. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely paint them green, but I mean like different shades of green. Like one is a more lighter green, one is more darker green. Yeah, but absolutely greenish. Maybe if you're saying purple, maybe the leader character can be purple if I figure out who the leader is. Yeah, multicam black armor, yeah, something like this. I was thinking, and then maybe give them red shirts, you know, black powder, red orc, something like this. Would be funny. The orcs look like the orcs from that Will Smith movie. Oh, you're actually right, yeah. You're actually right. The Bride movie, yeah. It was actually a cool movie, yeah. This would have been a cool series. The older the orc, the darker the green. Ah. And bigger. Bigger what? Huh? The orc is bigger, okay. Interesting. Yeah, but I think they're all same sized. I think really cool. I'm definitely excited in giving them a spin. Also bigger. Okay. Is this written in the codex? Bigger cucumber. Also has the right color. Yeah, +1 for each year. 1 inch for each year of age. Yes. Back to being serious. Yeah. Yeah, so sorry guys if we're not painting up, but I think this is more controllable in time frame. I don't know, at least I thought in basing the figure, the other ones earlier, might be interesting. I will definitely do a separate video down the road with a dedicated basing. Not tutorial, but techniques I use. Again, here I make sure it's not filled. Actually, we need to glue them on, but I maybe think I will use this one, the more higher, lower viscosity, cheap ones. Yeah, they're really cool. Those are from David Sheff. He was doing Patreon earlier. What is it called? Squamous. He did Star Wars models. Then he had some issues with copyright, and then he had to close down his Patreon. But he does Kickstarters occasionally, and I really like this Spec Ops. Spec Ops Orcs. I think this one is really cool. Cool dude, yeah. Left-handed with a revolver, it seems. Spade. And all those German World War II stick grenades are really funny. Yeah. Really cool. So... Where's the... here it is. Super glue. Did you guys pin already some orcs? Yeah, I guess boss for sure, with he being so well read in orc anatomy and skin color. I always thought in Warhammer or generally that the orc is probably the, if I'm ever gonna do anything, probably the most interesting faction. I think the Space Marines, I don't know, they mainly they remind me obviously on what's it called, StarCraft. I don't know if they actually have to do something with each other. It's actually a good question. I guess not. But I don't know, with the power armor, what it's called, they are a little bit too much for me. The orcs are just like dumb. Warcraft, yeah, you're right. Warcraft games, I played it. No orcs for me, even though I got a lot of orc files from TPGEO. The only orc I've played was a 10mm orc for the game Warmaster. Ah, I remember you told me this already. Warmaster, yeah. Which I think was the epic Warhammer or something, yeah, which has a new unofficial something, I guess. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, but this is a cool, actually, yeah, the camera's kind of shitty here. It's a cool looking dude. Yeah, let's throw him into the baking soda. That's what I like to do. Little baking soda. Ooh. Clap, clap. Next. And there's something like I really recommend. This magnet stuff. I don't know if there's some product to buy. Maybe, maybe not. But it's just so nice to handle. Yeah, I'm so glad I did those long time ago. Just nailed the magnets. And you can see I really did not centered. They're just there. And I had them, I have all those little things here. Because I used to, after I painted one figure, stick it into styrofoam, which I had here. But I'm not using the styrofoam anymore. But I still have some legacy spiky bits, yeah, which give me a little masochist. Yeah, if I'm painting faces and I'm holding the figure, yeah, I can squeeze my before I do an arrow. Not really, but yeah. Boss for leader. The story goes that Blizzard approached. Well, let me put the glue on. I wish I had chameleon view so I could keep one eye here and one on the chat. 1 second. Approach Games Workshop with Warcraft, Starcraft as a pitch to license the game. Games Workshop turned it down and Blizzard turned it into its thing. Ah, okay. That's interesting. Epic is 6mm, Warmaster is 10mm. Ah, Warhammer Fantasy. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks. Ah, that's actually interesting with StarCraft and Blizzard. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you see, missed opportunity. Or maybe not. I never played. I don't think I played StarCraft 1, but we played a lot of StarCraft 2. I think I mentioned this already. I think last time we talked about orcs, probably. I played mainly Zerg. I think it's a funny faction. And I'm really bad at RTS games, yeah, because they're very you need all the shortcuts and you need to be so fast in executing technically what you're doing in a PvP game. I had only this one, thank you, adventure. This one tactic where I built, I remember this metabolism pool and something else, and then I could build those mutalisks, those flying, like helicopter type things with shoots. And while my teammate always was harassing the enemy in the beginning because he was way better than me, I flew around the map corner and attacked opponents from the back in their base, and they hated it. Yeah, and we always, well, not always, but mostly won the games. And yeah, but I was more the pawn and like listening what my buddy was doing or saying. Yeah. But I think we managed to play up to, I don't remember. I attempt to say gold in ranking, but I don't remember. Yeah. Long time ago. Maybe silver only. But this was a lot of fun, definitely. Just people leaving the game. Alte with such cheesy mechanics. Always fun. Yes, yes. Orc time. So the 10 orcs, I don't know exactly, but I think in the YouTube poll thing, I cannot add 10 different entries. I think it's only 6. We'll check this in a moment. Then you guys will have the privilege to already, with me, filter out. Oh yeah, this guy has a little bigger stance. He will be half and half, but it's okay. It just fits barely on it. Yeah, but we're gonna filter out those with you guys. You can decide already, which I will not include in the voting. And we're gonna do the vote, and then probably last stream of the month, Thursday, I guess, we're gonna paint this sucker up. Yeah, so in less than 2 weeks. Love the ghost unit with the laser designator. Ghost units. From the human, the space marine, I think. Was it space marines? I think just called. I don't remember. Yeah. Vote for the not vote. Also, Command & Conquer, the special units are fun. Yeah, Command & Conquer. I played a lot of Red Alert 2. This was a lot of fun. This was really good. This was really scratching my RTS itch a lot. But actually, I'm running out of space here. But yeah, generals we played because it was the new thing. I didn't like this much, honestly. It was fun, but not too fun. But Marines, yeah, Tanya, exactly. Yeah, I remember her. And what was the other, the blonde one called from the Americans? Or was Tanya the American one? Not the Russian one. So brain is so foggy what this topic was, yeah. Rather than expansion, yeah, Yuri's Revenge. Yuri was definitely the mind control, Mirage tanks, all the shit. This was so cool. Really liked this a lot. Yeah. You played all of them, yeah. Nice. I remember playing the first Command & Conquer. And we had... actually, my friend played it and I was playing him on computer. But this was really long ago. And I bought... probably over a year ago, the Legacy Collection, Command & Conquer, or the Remaster Collection, I think it was, where there's a Red Alert 1 and Command & Conquer 1. And Tiberius Sun I also liked a lot, yeah. And I had the, because I was living in Singapore, there were sometimes, there were often some pop-up stores where you can buy cracked games burned on CDs for like I don't remember, 5 to 7 Singapore dollars games. And so yeah, I had mostly, due to price, a lot of those cracked games. And I had Tiberian Sun, and this game was had some issues, the installer or whatever, the cracked version, that past mission, I don't know, 4 or 5, you couldn't continue to play, yeah. So I only saw the first few missions. So this I also meaning to replay, absolutely. But yeah, the list is endless. Never played Metal Gear Solid, yeah, something I definitely wanna play, starting with the first one at least, first 2 or 3 games which I heard are really good. Yeah, the custom maps were cool. Oh, I don't remember actually, really. Yes, Burn CDs they sold on the streets. Yeah, that's so funny. DVDs, I have so many. I have Band of Brothers DVD, which I bought for $20. Yeah. Yeah, good old times. Asia, yeah. And then you get discount if you buy more. I also never played Final Fantasy. Okay, this is definitely a different direction. I never played... What was else? Metal Gear Solid. There was some other very big game which passed by me. Stronghold, I never played, but I got the remaster of the old one. If you know Stronghold, also a little... Is it an RTS? Can you call it an RTS? Which was really fun, yeah. I played this. I didn't finish it, but it looked it was a lot of fun, the few missions I did. And they released the Crusader remaster, which I'm also interested in. So yeah, this is something definitely want to check out. Yeah. And since here also I watched playing my friends. Yeah, I only played the Red Alert 2 and yeah, Tiberian Sun, like I said. And Renegade, the first person shooter one, which was not bad, I would say. Yeah, I remember having fun there. Super weird, definitely. Which was the other one? Conan Generals? I think only those two, actually. Stronghold 2 burned the whole army with tar and fire. My ex, yeah, against her, yeah. I just started playing the campaign. Yeah, I just started probably already an year ago again. This was really fun. I like this types of game with isometric view. I think they tap right into the brain region, which fits here with our hobby, yeah, with how it looks and feels. So that's really, really cool. Yeah, the Biohazard rockets, I remember the Invisible Terrorists and Mob, I do not remember. I remember also the Suicide Garbage Truck, I think it was, which in the German version was something different. I don't remember. I think German version, the whole GD, no, it was not GDI. The terrorists group were all robots, I remember, I think. Yeah. The mob who throws Molotovs, yeah. I think I remember them, yeah. Sorry, Paul, I absolutely missed you. The desert tree color might be a good contrast against the green skin. That's actually a cool idea, yeah. Or chocolate chip would be sick. You did some Tau back around 2013. They are the coolest to me. Tau are the one which nobody likes. This is something I learned. I have no idea why, but they're like the more robots thing, little less grim and gothic, more authentically sci-fi. Yeah, I do remember that. They look actually interesting. Yeah, I have to agree there. Yeah, sorry Paul for coming late to you. It's just like I have just show. I have the Twitch stream on the bottom. Here I have my screen so I can control what I'm seeing, and on the bottom, on the top is the YouTube. So if sometimes my eyes are averted, yeah, I kind of need to adjust maybe. Yeah. sorry, man. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Not in the original. Yeah, in the originals they were human. Yeah, German version was with the weird robots and the green blood and stuff. Yeah. Wow, this was a pain in the ass back in the days. Some of you guys remember maybe. We always had to get what means had? Yeah, if you want to have the game uncensored version, then you had to buy the Austrian or the Swiss versions. Yeah, I think then Austria also had some issues, and there were some online stores where you could buy the Swiss version or like the rest of world version maybe, which was always like 10 to 20 euros more expensive. Yeah, this was a huge pain in the ass. It's the censor. But still, with all the swastikas and all the World War II games, this still annoys me. Probably less than back in the days. But just weird if they have different unrealistic flags. I don't know. Generale. Blood crack. Yeah, you're true. I remember some blood cracks where you could switch either non-existent blood or the discolored into red again. Yeah, or gore patches. Yeah, gore patches. Jesus Christ, that's really over 20 years ago. Getting old. But this was really annoying, especially when you were... Obviously the game were listed as 18 plus, yeah, if they were violent. And then having the state dictate you as an adult, being 18 years or older, what you can see and what you cannot see. Especially something so trivial like a flag, which is in a historical context. Yeah, if we're looking at swastika flags, it's not like they're glorified or anything in games, same like in movies. So I thought this was always super annoying. And yeah, with the blood stuff, yeah, you have all these violent movies, but then the games where it's like, and you remember the graphics back in 25, 24 was like completely different. Was way far away from being realistic. Yeah. Oh yeah, Keegan music CD key generator. I still have some key generator from some software which I kept. Oh, I have no idea where it is because I like the music so much. Yeah, this was really cool. Good old times. Yeah. Amachi LAN simulator. Yeah. Also classic. Yeah, crazy times. LAN parties generally. We had so many LAN parties back in the times when I was in Singapore. We're like a group of 4, sometimes 5 guys. Yeah. And then we had like our own private Counter-Strike parties, which obviously playing because nobody had internet back then. This was 2000, literally 2000, 2001. And when Battlefield came out, 1942, we were playing against bots. We fought against everyone and doing all the weird shits. Then obviously playing around with the console commands and finding out that you could make the Invincible against the TNT. And then maybe you guys remember it. You throw a bunch of TNT and you drove with the car over it. And you could fly like high in the sky with the Jeep or with the Kübelwagen and stuff like this. This was so much fun. Or trying to get the car on the big plane and all this shit. Yeah, LAN party was so cool. Remember a bunch of N64 games having green or black blood because of German censorship stuff. Yes, even in Sweden. Jesus Christ. Or just remembering reading about it. Yeah, I think N64 definitely had one. I don't know. I had mostly At a 64, I had some. Yeah, besides the Mario and all the classic stuff, I had some. And Mario Kart racing games. I was really into racing games back then. Lamborghini 64. Some other racing games. I had some ultra weird one, which was like. This was really crazy. I have no idea what it's called. I did not have GoldenEye, yeah, but I had the World Is Not Enough, the follow-up sequel of this one, which we played a lot on split screen. This was a lot of fun. But I had this really weird demolition game where you had like a time frame and you need to demolish buildings, mostly with like different vehicles which had different mechanics. It was like this big dump truck where you had to do like a drift slide, and then like with it drifting in, you demolish the buildings, but you needed to have certain speed so it would break. Or sometimes you had like some Gundam robots type characters to box and do flips over the buildings. That was so crazy. I have no idea what this game was called. Something with demolition. Actually, let me Google it. I'm interested. This was really crazy. Demolition 64 game with Gundam. I have no idea. This was so... Blast Corps, yes, this one. Jesus Christ, this was so weird. I don't know. It's like a fever dream if I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this was the art cover, yeah, and you had this truck and this weird... and it was so fucking hard, yeah. This was so frustrating at times because it's always with the time zones. I think we can look at YouTube without getting banned again. I hope. Blast Corps and 64. Just gonna turn off the music just in case. Yeah, it was so weird. Yeah, you could sometimes pick vehicles. Yeah. Jesus Christ, the graphics, yeah, if you think about it. Yeah. You destroying stuff, you made money. I really don't remember. Yes, and when you were driving around, you had to... Like those little lights which were blocking out was like checkpoint something? Yeah, I don't remember. Really don't remember. Skip a little bit ahead. Yeah, and they had sometimes in some missions this weird... Jesus Christ, the graphics, what the actual F? Yeah, you could fly around and it made like a flip into buildings. Yeah, maybe can we see some destruction here? I think this is all tutorial. It's probably later already. And you had to find the buildings you had to destroy. Yeah. Can you actually destroy some stuff here, guy, man? Yeah, I don't know. You probably never played this game, man. This was so niche. I have no idea. Just had a cool name, Blast Corps. Back then you had and you had the different vehicles. Yeah. And racing was like so extremely weird. Yeah. Carmageddon, yeah. Carmageddon was cool. Still looks better than Superman N64. Yeah. Don't remember Superman N64. But probably for a reason. Yeah. Sheep and Humans. Carmageddon, I do remember this. But this was weird, actually. I do need to... This one I will actually watch by the side. This would be... Carmageddon 2. Yeah, I do remember this. But I did not have this. I didn't have this. But I remember the first one to play this. Yeah. Yeah, great. Already crashed recovery. Yeah. I think this was also banned in Germany with being so controversial. But I remember, I think in the first one, wasn't it like zombies? and not humans. To which you could or had to run over, or am I mixing up the game? Actually, no, I want to see Superman 64 quick, and then we go back. Blast Corps. Ah, this is oh, I like this a lot. Angry video game nerd. Wow, so great. And also kind of crazy that he's still doing videos. And yeah, that kind of how he got old. Yeah, I remember watching him. He was 20 something. Licensed by Nintendo. The old muddy CRT vibe. But I remember, I think I watched the Angry Video Game Nerd one already. Yeah. Actually, yeah, a little better. Jesus Christ, what he's doing. It's like this release game they had, which was called Pilot Wings, which was also something where you had to fly through all the rings. It looks like just a reskin of this one. Yeah. Oh man, I hate those games with flying through the rings shit. Yeah. In Grand Theft Auto, this was also so obnoxious. Yeah. So it's literally just flying through rings. I think I remember this with the police car or something, with the car. It's just a checkpoint which says police department. Yeah. Yeah. Do a barrel roll, exactly, yeah. Good old times. For sure. With Peppy. Peppy was this was Star Fox, yeah. Star Fox and SNES, I think I played it once. I didn't have it, I had it from a friend, or you remember back then you could rent the games at the video store like for a week for something. Yeah. Oh, Paul, you did have Blast Corps? Yeah, I remember it was extremely hard and extremely frustrating. I really remember being so frustrated with it. But it was very unique. Definitely have to rewatch. Actually, we have one orc left. See, already trying to squeeze out of here. Yeah. So let's get the sucker based. Then we can actually do one. I have a little surprise. I think we can base on the 60mm here. Yeah. So one more dude. Orky dude. Yeah. Also really cool. Not a fan of his hair. Looks a little bit feminine, but maybe it's a girl. Yeah. Maybe it's not a dude. Maybe it's a girl. But I like those knife machete things. They're really aggressive. So, and I'm gonna quick check how many dudes I can put for the poll up, so we can eliminate one here with you guys together. Yeah, but crazy times, yeah. N64, I played so much. Super Nintendo. I remember selling my Super Nintendo for 400 marks, Deutschmark, German marks, to buy the N64. I had such many. I'm right now regretting it because the nostalgia. But with having the Switch, and if you get the online membership pass, which is rather affordable. I think it's 20 euros for the whole year, the cheap one or something. It's super cheap. Then you get access to the classic catalog for NES and SNES, Super Nintendo and Classic Nintendo games. And if you pay the extra one, you even get some N64 games and GameCube. So I never played GameCube, but 64 and NES, yeah, I played a lot. more SNES than NES. I had a friend with a NES, and I loved this international or World Cup. I think it was called, where you could play soccer, but aggressively, where you could do penalty slides in the other ones, and then like their eyes popped out and they were like stunned for a moment, or you could knock them out and they were like your players lying on on the playing field for the remainder of the game, and do all those I don't know, I think you had to press some certain buttons to do special goal kicks, and then like the balls flew like a and you could not capture them, or cap brain lag. Yeah, the goalkeeper couldn't block the balls. Yeah, this was really, really fun. Oh yeah, F-Zero X, man, absolutely. Yeah. The hair is a hair squeak. They are bred to bite onto the orc's head and stay there as decoration. Oh shit, really? That's actually interesting. That's funny, yeah. Because they naturally don't grow any hair, I guess. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, thank you, boss. This is that's interesting info. Funny. Cool. Yeah, F-Zero X, I like this. So this is one game I was hoping they re-released on or do the not a remake but a new version on the Switch. But somehow no one wants to do this. It was really, really fun. There's like next to no racing games which are so extremely high speed, and I think this is really, when you get like the tunnel vision, like Wipeout, really enjoyed this game. Extreme G, I played like a crazy madman. Extreme G 2, which was kind of like Wipeout, but with like some spacey motorcycle stuff, and also with different pickups you had, and then you had different weapons to shoot, and they had like this really old school drum and bass music, and this got me. I think this game was really the reason why I got so hard into drum and bass, but or jungle music, yeah, which was probably the whole era with PlayStation, yeah. Dang, I gotta go to bed. Yeah, I know, man, sorry. Do you wanna take the honor, yeah? Do you wanna take 5 minutes? Yeah, thank you. Wanna take 5 minutes? Actually, I have to still redeem an adventurous drink. To kick one of the orcs out. I don't know how to show the best ability. But yeah, Sarah, good night. How should I do this? Maybe if I take a few magnets. So just 1, 2, 3 from left to right. And 4. Maybe if you can see them better. I mean, they're all cool. It's really hard, so maybe it's sorry again, not fair. So we have those 5 guys. Or should I show them individually quick? What do you think is easier? So we got here one. Probably it's not quick, man. But yeah. So readjust the camera. Hard decision. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking. But that's not fair. Yeah. They're all cool. That's really hard. Yeah, I like this guy here with the mechanical arm. He got kind of like a veteran vibe. He also has here like an ACOG on his assault rifle and a knife. And some trophy arms, hands. Yeah. Sniper dude is the least orky. Yeah, I feel the same, honestly. Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's cool. With his belt thing. Yeah, I don't know if it's a sniper or like a light machine gun. But yeah, he feels like, I don't know, Jean-Claude Van Damme in Universal Soldier type. It's a cool figure, but Yeah, I agree. Also, it's one of the kneeling one. I am not a fan of kneeling figures generally. So I guess we can kick him out. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Polydius. Yeah, 1 second. Sorry, man. So this one eliminated. So I like this one, but I don't like his hair script. But now that you told me it's a script, I think he's maybe cool. I like his vest, very modern, inspired looking. Also shorter, bolter SMG type. I really like the grenades everywhere. So Mr. Squib I think is cool. This one is a little bit weird. Also less special forces, what I'm intended here with the meat tender things. But he got like a funny mask. Yeah. And he got no gun actually, yeah, but some backup ammunition. If you got a hair figure indeed snazzier than other orcs and is now a target to get crumbed and having your hair stolen. Oh, really? Okay. The punchy guy you like? Yeah, he's cool actually with the mask. Yeah. So let's keep him. He got grenades, yeah. Mr. Flamethrower, which probably has some facial... And it's probably a heat shield also. He's cool. I really like the details the David mod sculpted in. Yeah, really cool one. Actually, yeah, with the additional propane tanks here for extra fuel. Is he cool or not? In the meantime, Polydius. A really niche N64 game was Body Harvest. Ooh, no idea what this is. I have to check this out. Predecessor to GTA 3. Had a small open world and time travel to fight aliens. World War 1 Greece, World War 2 Java, 60s USA, 90s Russia. What the heck? Lots of Easter eggs and film reference hidden in it. That's crazy. I never heard of it. We'll check it out in a moment. Thanks for sharing, yeah. So, this one maybe to the no-go list. Yeah, we got this dude here. He's, I think, really decent. Also, cool machete guy. Yeah, he got a smirk going like, yeah, you're gonna shot you in the face. Or whatever orcish it is. Also with the... Yeah, it's not obviously not an MP5, but it kind of gives me MP5 vibes with the buttstock. Yeah, I think he's cool. Got a rope, yeah, so he's definitely the tactician dude. Yeah, also he got a coffee cup or tea, or what do orcs drink beside the blood of the enemies, I assume. I think he's funny. So Mr. Script you said is cool. This one is also like a Universal Soldier, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And he got, I have no idea what this is, but probably some plasma gun, something. Lots of grenades. Very cool, different backpack for his Ghostbuster inspired attire. Yeah, he's actually fun. I think he looks with the hat the most special forces. Yeah, the sniper I took already out. Yeah, I already took it out. You guys agreed. And the flamethrower I think I will kick out because he's a little bit boring. But yeah, sorry, I really didn't want to keep you awake, man. But yeah, thank you, man. This one we had already. Did we? Yeah, did. I think he's also cool with his ACOG decked out. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for watching, even if it's so late, man. Fast fire. Take care. Good night. Good start for the new week. And yeah, and catch you on Thursday. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, man. Good night. Take care. Peace. Yeah. He also got like a trophy hand and like a skull even here. That's sick. And like all these hooks actually I'm noticing. For more trophies. He's cool. Oh, here even more skulls. Yeah, so he's probably also one of the big boys. Ah, and he got some radio here in the back. More skulls even. This guy is not messing around. It's probably just for carrying more weight to get more jacked. He just carrying the skulls around. I like this guy. He gives me definitely British SAS World War II types with this little... I forgot what it's called, like wool cap he got on. Yeah, LMG. You guys know, I like my LMG dudes. Yeah, but it's also probably some plasma gun. I'm just noticing with the... But a mix with plasma and bullets. But I think he's cool. The rocket launcher dude I think is funny as well, but not so much. He got a cool different dagger knife. Oh, he got the rockets like looped in the pouch here. Like plenty of grenades. Yeah, those guys are really not messing around. They're not going out to capture someone for sure. Yeah, and he got some spiky ears. Yeah, the other ones I think are not so. No, I all have spiky ears. Ah, it's hard. They are really cool. From a 40k perspective, none of these weapons look like plasma weapons to me. Oh, okay, got it. What do you think is this one? Ghostbusters? Or is this a power wash? Or power wash? And he's doing a commercial on TV like, this is the Power Wash Arc 5000. Cleans green snot, blood, and coagulated blood from every surface. Yeah. I think it's ugly. Yeah, it's... for sure it's ugly, it's just weird. It looks like an alien weapon. Yeah. Volkite weapon. I just like the head. I think his head is cool and he's like also manically grinning. Yeah. But yeah, we could paint it yellow like a German. I don't know if you know the German brand Kercher, which is one of the power washes we have here. German brand. So put him out. Easy decision. We have this guy here. I think he's also okay. Yeah, not too special. Revolver is cool. Left-handed dude. Left-hand revolver. Yeah, not sure. Yay or nay. How many do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with this one. And while you guys think about it, I will check quick how many I can actually post. Kind of looks like Lord of the Rings orc. Actually true. Just put it here on the big screen myself. Because my YouTube stuff is here. But I think it was 6, yeah. If it's 8, then it's even easier to decide. So image poll, we can do 4 options only. Jesus Christ, yeah, that sucks actually. Yeah, so even hard. Just 4 options. And if I make textbook, there's also only 4. Yeah, so yeah, damn it, we have to go down to 4. Which is okay, I think. Yeah, makes it easier to get result. Yeah, hype ops. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm also hype. Yeah. Really no idea how this will look like. Phew. Okay. So those we said nay, I will definitely not use. For the other ones, I will think about it. I think will take too much time if we're gonna decide it. But yeah, you're right. This guy here definitely looks like Lord of the Rings. Time traveler, maybe. Lord of the Rings. Oh, he got even one more knife here on the chest. Yeah, but those are really cool. I mean, I'm gonna paint them all up for sure. But for the stream, I definitely want to do only one. Because I think those will definitely take longer. Figuring out colors and kind of decide. Playing around. So let's put those who lost the votes for now. And then put those aside. I'm actually gonna quick grab something. Actually bad, yeah. I didn't finish cleaning it up, yeah, so I cannot do it now. What else do we have? We wanted to build the Blackhawk up together, yeah. And now Falsifier, who was super excited for it, sadly gonna miss it, but I'm sure he's gonna check the rest of the stream later. I'm gonna take a tiny little toilet break, and then we're gonna kind of clean up quick and do the Blackhawk from Bob Mac. Yeah, definitely super excited about this one. So hang on. And we are back. So, yeah, space, the eternal problem we have here. We all have. So, for sure, I will put my washers back. This we're gonna put to the side. Yeah, I have like it's like a mortar pit. With a mortar and boxes and so on. And actually, you know what? Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. I mean, it's mostly clean already. I just need to cure it. Under UV light, so yeah, in the dirty corner in the back. Sadly cannot get the camera back there, but maybe you can more or less see what's happening there. Yeah, another spam dude. Deny access denied. Yeah, so. Yeah, sorry. So I'm just like with all the resin printing, it's a photopolymer resin, which means it's photo as in light in Latin, I guess, and polymer as in polymer. I have no idea. So it's like UV sensitive. That's how it cures. Yeah, if you print it, the printer has like a UV light which cures layer by layer, and that's how the printer creates the miniatures, literally from bottom, like upside down. I will actually try to make I do want to make a some time-lapse videos, printing some stuff, because I think it's just cool. It looks like out of Star Trek when they have no replicator, I think it's called. This thing where they say like, computer, I want to have, I don't know, chicken sandwich, because I'm hungry right now. Yeah, and then it makes this weird sound, and then it creates this stuff out from, as far as I know, just rearrange the atoms in the universe and then creates whatever you desire. So I think it feels like this because I've literally just a vat with this goo with resin, and after a time there comes this thing out which has a form and which you can touch, which is hard. Yeah, so it's still obviously I got used to it, but it's still always, if I actively think about it, it's kind of like I'm a little bit mind blowing. So it's really cool. And after you printed it, you need to wash it with, in my case, with alcohol of 96% or higher of alcohol concentration. As you guys know, if you're printing on yourself, you obviously know this. But for everyone who does not know it, and after you wash it and it dried and you removed obviously the supports, then you need to cure it once more. So the outer layer, in best case, through everything, gets hardened and is first of all not toxic. That's one of the main reasons, and secondly that it's safe to handle. That's the same reason. And I have those the little mortar, which I hope I can fit here. Yeah, we kind of gonna figure it out. Just curing now. I will flip it around because I like to cure it from both sides, the thicker things. So. So one more round around the merry-go-round. That's really cool. I have the Elegoo printers and the Mercury station, which is a wash and cure station. And it has like a little acrylic base, and then it spins slowly around the pillar of UV lights, and then it gets really nicely all around exposed, which first of all helps with it getting all exposed, and secondly with the proper UV light you have repeatable results. And this is the main reason why I suggest, if you want to get into 3D printing, to invest in one of the clean and curing station of your desired brand. I have no idea about other brands, Frozen and I don't know, they all have this, but the Elegoo I'm very happy with. And because I used to, in the earlier days, cure just in sunlight or submerge the prints in water because the reaction was different, and then put it in sunlight. But this was not, depending how strong the sun was, it got faster cured or slower cured. This is not so good. But so this is technically one of the, I have only one curing discs, acrylic. Here in the bottom is a metal piece with plastic, and then I just have here stuff. Now it's super easy to handle. And I made here, this is also something I'm gonna release now tomorrow. Is from Urban Scatter. You got what's called, but I think it's even too big, it doesn't even fit here. I think we are out of luck with 60mm base. I think I have a bigger base, have to check. But I just test printed how his supports are. They work most of the time, but I have like issues like here. This is not nice. I don't want to resupport it myself. This is where the supports go inside the model. And yeah, you can carve it out, but it will not look nice. So that's why I usually really support everything myself for like, I would say 95%, just to have this extra crisp quality, which I want for myself and obviously want to provide for you guys. Yeah, so it's technically like mode lines, but you can avoid it with proper extra care in the preparation step. Yeah, was funny, dass a guy in my town didn't want to invest in a wash and queue station and delivered unqueued prints and told people just to leave it in the sun for 50 minutes. Nice. And then people don't know that this is toxic and touch the stuff and then touch their eyes, put it in the mouth, then they get sick, whatever. Yeah, this is really bad. Yeah, this is the cool thing with the 3D printing is nowadays it's so low entry if you want to do it for yourself. Yeah, if you want to learn it, if you have the place for it dedicated, not living sleeping room, maybe, depending how you react to the fumes, to the smell. But it also with the stuff with printing for commercial purpose, that literally everyone who has a printer can get into commercial business, which is good, yeah. But a lot of people, like I heard, which are super happy, or not super happy, are unsure about my quality because I only have 3D rendered, mostly 3D rendered pictures on my store, like what everyone has. With the difference, I do my own 3D renders to have it look cleaner than to take from the designers. Besides my exclusive stuff, which I design myself or have some special rights, whatever. But people are like super surprised how good the quality apparently is that I provide, or I try to provide. So this is a really nice feedback. Yeah, definitely proud of it, and this is also my main goal, to get proper quality. But yeah, we have here in this this mortar set, which I will like. If you're gonna get the STLs, they're all, it's like one big set. But like I mentioned before, I do like to break all the sets down in smaller subsets, just to make it, first of all, easier on your wallet. Yeah, maybe you just want one specific item, and I don't want to force people to buy the whole set. Like what I mentioned just a moment earlier, I don't like crouching models much, so I always try to avoid to use them for my teams. With some exceptions, like LMGs, maybe it makes sense. And yeah, so like this set specifically will come with the sandbag pit, with a mortar. I have no idea what mortar this is. 60mm probably. Which I also need to re-support myself. But that is unimportant for you guys. Yeah, this is a really cool mortar model. It could also work for World War II, I guess, for anything. Yeah, those seem to be supports. And it comes with this really cool little ammo boxes, which is really cool. Yeah, already hyped to get this painted up. This is awesome. Yeah, but I also need to give this some supporting love. Yeah, and a hobby knife is really awesome for this. Just getting some stuff cleaned up. Here are some weird support placements. Yeah, this one, and then I'm not sure yet, but I will probably just provide 2 extra crates for however you want to place them. Yeah, so it's cool. There's also the sandbags. This is actually for a different ordnance thing, but I guess you could technically also put it over here to get the mortar not moving. So I will investigate if this is viable or if it's stupid. Yeah, I think for the mortar it's not viable. For the bigger one, it's more viable. But it's a cool thing here, little mortar pit. Yeah, I just need a bigger base, which I have. Yeah. The only crouching model I like is Assassin Smoking Hashish behind some crates. What? Yeah. This is viable, I would say. For sure. Yeah. I don't know. Like, really, the LMGs, if they're like shooting, like this guy, I think it's okay for crouching models. But generally, they look cool, but for playing purpose, I find them very... Or this one is also maybe viable, yeah? Shooting a rocket launcher. Carl Gustav, I think this is even, yeah. Yeah. And like, this I don't really like, lying models. For playing, they're really weird if they're moving around. So it would be cool if you have a proxy standing model. Or if they're specifically never gonna change, yeah? You're gonna place him in some roof and he will stay there for the whole game. Then this is okay. Really need to get this one cleaned up, yeah. It's so dusty already, crazy. Gas already there, accumulating from the dust. He goes with a spotter, which is cool. What we talked the other day. Actually, he doesn't specifically go with a spotter, but there is a spotter. Yeah. Yeah, bigger base. So I have here some older ones which I printed. They are not on par with the quality, but 75mm I think is perfect for this one. This is good because this means I will provide this set with a 75mm base. Yeah, already research provided. I think this is really cool. Yeah, we can glue this on. Little placement. Yeah, we have here the mortar. Some box. I think maybe it doesn't even need those boxes. I think I will just provide them extra if people want them, so I can bring the price down. And then you have still enough place to put a figure left and right if you want. So I think this is legit. Yeah, so let's glue this stuff on. We need another bunch of washers. For this size, I like to do 3 washers. Yeah. This is the model I'm talking about. Actually, I really want to see this model now. Let's have a look to get there. Super curious. Sultanate Assassin. Oh shit, that's actually really cool, this one, yeah. That's hilarious. Trench Crusade? Ah. Yeah, that's really funny. Does it has a specific use for the game? Those are really cool actually, yeah, really liking them. I have some really cool Trench Crusade stuff in the making, yeah, which will also be released tomorrow. I'm really tempted with Trench Crusade. Yeah, boss, you talked about it. Yeah, you got me very interested. I will definitely paint those up that I have, which are heretics, I think. Yeah, I still have to watch the lore Trench Crusade lore video, which that's a long one. I don't know if it's good, but it's a long one. And yeah, kind of get because I think people will definitely play this here close by, and like I said, I definitely want to get some visual game sounds really talking down to it, but like just some regular game stuff going. So for my bigger bases, I like to do the trifecta of washers to add also a little bit weight to it, and just to add some weight and also get like an anchoring point for my magnet stuff for painting. Those are iron sultanate. God likes them the most. Oh, okay. So God has a, I like, lovable liking rank rating in the game. It's actually hilarious. I just need to wait. And don't worry about the bases. Yeah, this is really old one. This is from my old printer. This is not the quality I will provide. Just like I can use them for myself. No reason to throw them out. And yeah, we just found a reason to use them. They sadly don't have this nice structure like those. That's really nice. Yeah, I actually have some. Some here. We're talking Cringe Crusade. This is probably one of my favorite figures of those. The Marine Riders, Marines or something. Luger P08. So they're more a little bit more World War II-ish inspired. They're really cool. They look a little bit like the Orcs, but yeah, but I like this trench knife. They're really cool. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. Check the printers. Thanks. I hope it's nothing bad. But this one was cool also with those. Can zoom in a little bit. Little zoom. With those symbol things, which I have no idea what they mean. Those are by Stormforge, by the way. Which I'm really close with him, actually, now. Becoming. He lives not far from me. I like this one a lot. I forgot what's the name of this one. It's is it a slave one? Yeah, with the gladius. It's not really dope. Dope one. Shield looks cool. And also those different slaves, which I think is hilarious. This like, I don't know, Roman inspired type figure with a 1911 pistol. It's just fucking hilarious. So cool. And also, really detail, yeah. The Stormforge really talented. Those are really cool. Those are some ghouls, I think. Yeah, with the barbed wire through them. Just also really nice. Little sword, and here again, little showcase. My resin. Yeah, it's just cool. So no problem for play. Yeah, and he even got a little hair here still, which is really nice. So those are also gonna paint up. Those are really cool here. The riders with the gas mask. I really like, and the German helmet, World War II-ish helmet. Very nice. Here still needs some cleanup. Yeah, man, adventure. Yeah, also extremely hyped. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, not enough time to paint all the cool figures. And this is all the same. Those are really funny here. So smaller, little imps here throwing a mortar grenade. They're just fucking hilarious. Yeah. I don't know how I would base them. I probably need to drill a hole in his butt or in his feet and make him float. So they're substantially smaller, yeah, than the figures. But those are really cool, yeah, and I would really like to try some like glowing techniques. OSL with the white, yeah. What I've seen a lot of Instagram from this, I think, Spanish guy, El Miniaturista. Yeah, so that's really cool. What in the butt? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Acrylic rod. Yeah, I have more, but it's the only one I have provided, yeah. But yeah, I think those are really cool. There are 3 figures with the barbed wire through their body. Really cool. And faces are just like... I don't know, just hilarious. This little hair on top. Yeah. Cool, yeah. No idea about Trench Crusade, but I'm definitely hyped. As with everything. We also have... this will not be released, but I have here some Cthulhu stuff, monster, snails, things, which even primed a little bit. Yeah, it's just endless. Endless painting. Endless painting. So, we got our base down. Let's get here one of the magnets. Yeah, and this works fantastic. Yeah, I can hold it and the rest is supported by my hand. Yeah, I could also just take the bigger paint handler, obviously, but this would be too easy. Yeah, this is just easier. Magnet works. Boom. And yeah, I would place the trench just around here, but probably this is better not to do on the... Move this a little bit. Ah, by the way, I forgot to show this. Yeah, with this guy where we used the gel stuff. It's a little bit white. Yeah, but you can see we have those ripples. Here you can see it really good. Which because I used the gel super glue and made it really thick, and then put it in the baking soda. And then we have now those ripple effects, which is perfect for this. Where is it? Mimicking of roots on the stuff, on the base. I mean, yeah. Yes. So those to the sides, this to the side, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. I think it's time to replace the PEI print bed on my oldest Ender 3. The bed adhesion is pretty much gone. Oh yeah, I had this with my... I had an Atelier printer, and also it was like so rubbed off that the glass was already shining through from the this PEI stuff, yeah. Now I was considered back then to get an aluminium base plate, which was textured, which had for my printer a better temperature distribution, but yeah, this sadly is something which wears out. Yeah, that's really annoying. And I never wanted to play around with the glue stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Just I thought it's messy. So to get this thing here glued on, I will use again the more thicker glue, just because it's not so runny and doesn't get so messy in my hands. Potentially. Can still get messy, no guarantees. It's definitely nicer to handle on bigger pieces. Technically, we could do really the same like we did with the basing itself to give it a structure, and we will do this. But now to get this big piece on first, I will just glue it on as it is. Then we glue the smaller bits on, and then throw some baking soda, yeah, not baking sand, baking soda. Yeah. I went to a glass pit for my Ender 3 Pro semester. Yeah, glass pit's absolutely cool. Absolutely amazing. I actually will look at the camera. Yeah. Pressure. I need to lap the whole print carriage. It's been tacoed since I got the printer. What do you mean with lap? Like, lap the whole print carriage. Like make it more stiffer? Ah, wet sanding it flat. Ah, okay. Yeah. Damn, yeah. That sucks. I did this actually with my resin printers, with the older ones. I sanded on a glass surface. This is something I recommend you. Yeah, get if you have some like a glass couch table or something, do it there because glass is usually really flat. And then wet it. Yeah, put your what you probably will do. Put your sandpaper on it, and then the object you want to sand on it. Yeah, then you have 100% sure it will be extremely flat. So what I did with the build plates on my resin printers, on the older ones, to get like the maximum adhesion, which is really cool. Speaking of adhesion, this looks already nice. So then we're gonna, yeah, I will just print on this. Glue on the mortar. I used glass pads until my prints pulled shards of glass off of them. Oh shit, that's crazy. I never had any issues with the glass pads, besides the PI texture being extremely worn out on one of the printers. But it still worked, yeah. I just really had to be sure that I don't have any windows open, so it could catch a draft and get a cold. Nah, the corners curl up. So, placement check. But yeah, I think this is fine. I probably can go a little bit further to the front. Yeah, adventure. Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe it's like some yeah, Chinese glass bed. I mean, they're probably all Chinese glass bed. But that's crazy. Shards out of the bed. Crazy shit. Definitely first time hearing this. But not doubting that this can happen, yeah. For sure. What can happen? So let's clean this a little bit more up. Just generally with the cleanup stuff. Yeah, you all know this, I know. The more time you take in cleaning, preparation, the better your end result will be. Yeah? And if you're gonna paint something up for 1, 2, 3, 4 hours, that's sometimes it's definitely worth. Not sometimes, definitely worth in getting this like 1 minute extra on top invested. Yeah. So So let's glue this sucker up as well. Yes, sir. 1 second. Thank you. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm super excited for this little piece here. Super easy. Great objective. Could even work for Trench Crusade. Technically. Practically. Yeah, I actually have no idea if they had mortars, but I think yes, for sure. They would have mortars in the Great War. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Let's redeem this drink. Also, you guys don't forget to hydrate. Paul, are you still... Sorry. Paul, are you still sticking around? Are you also doing some hobby stuff in the late night? Yeah. Which is cool. Which I guess now it's 1:0 midnight for you. Yeah, so we got this down. So I will use this probably for... yeah, the typical Middle East things. Mainly because I have all the terrain and stuff, and maybe Africa, you know. So I will go with the sand stuff, which means in this case it makes sense to go with what I said earlier, with the baking soda. Definitely a little bit more messy. So gonna this here, this. Yeah. Playing Minecraft with my oldest. Oh, that's cool. Oh man, I have a long time I haven't played Minecraft, but this was I played the version we played until the update came, and this is really long ago. With where you could ride the horses or tame horses, I think. Yeah, so really it was still in beta, and after that never played it again. Also vanilla, but this was a lot of fun. The going down the shaft and things. Yeah, just feels awesome. Just checking here my super glue. And yeah, and I will use the more liquidy super glue. Really just try to fill in most. It is super messy and very super glue consuming. You could probably use also PVA for this, but it takes time to dry, which I actually would have had the time. Could also use sand, bird sand, very fine. Still, baking soda is probably the finest you could get. Cheaply. Just really gonna try to speed it up. We're already there. This was not 6 grams, already empty. The cheating. Cheating. Ah, but I used all the orcs, yeah, this probably also ate up quite a lot. Close the sucker up. Yeah, and then something which is even better, if you have the possibility to pour it over. This avoids getting those ripples, for example. So I'm just kind of a little bit covered. Yeah. Again, best case, use some face mask and to not breathe this in. And then I'm gonna just shake it a little bit so it covers all the areas. Ooh, I can already taste the salty baking soda. Yeah, and then I'm not gonna touch this really until tomorrow, or I mean, technically could wait an hour, but I will definitely bring this outside to brush it off. Yeah, and with having this on a obviously no-brainer, having this here on the tray, I can all brush it neatly together, which I also will do probably tomorrow. Oh, I'm doing it right now. So much for doing it outside. Definitely want to wait until it's really dry, so your nice brush doesn't happen this, what I just happened here. Taking in some glue. Impatience. Always. Penals you, is right? Gives you a penalty. You use a mix of fine sense and baking soda. Yeah, this is actually a really nice idea. I have a friend of mine who does this as well. And his bases look really nice. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, it would be probably way better. That's a good point. For the bases itself, I mainly use only baking soda to get this crazy adhesion. Yeah, that nothing breaks off. Yeah, that the figure will break before you lose the connection to the base. Yeah, but it's a good point with the fine sense. Yeah, smart. I was not. I was impatient. All the fingers glued together. Yeah, you see, being impatient is bad. But yeah, this is really cool. Super excited for this. To paint this up. This I think we're gonna paint on the stream. Sure. Really nice. Nice one. So the glue empty already. Wow, it's disgusting taste in the mouth. So I'm gonna put this away because we're gonna now glue the helicopter together, and I think then we can call it a evening. So massive overloaded tray here. So those blades are on the Chinook. Yes, I have printed some other stuff which also will be released. Yeah, long time waiting. Another BTR 60. Yeah, this is the one PV 16 or 18. I have no idea. It's also like a radio reconnaissance thing. Yeah, this is actually like a retractable antenna. Yeah, obviously for the model not. But it's also a cool objective. Could be paired with the other radio one. There's also one I did not print yet. Is the artillery fire control. BTR. I think they work together. Still here some tiny supports left here and there. Yeah, but I'm not gonna dabble around with this one. Also have this one, is really cool. PT-76. Yeah. Light tank actually, yeah, amphibious light tank. Pretty cool thing actually, but just extremely under armored. I think it has a, I think that's why it's called 76. I think it has a 76mm cannon. Yeah, it's really underpowered for today's and also late 80s or 70s anti-tank weapon. Vietnam used this. PAVN, People's Army of Vietnam. They had those. They had a dishka mounted on top. I also have this variant. I also have here the dishkas. I think it's mounted here for anti-air and stuff. But also really cool. I found out that they are being still used by Mali, African Republic of Mali, and some other one which I forgot again already. Yeah, obviously with me offering them in my store, I definitely want to paint one up. But I thought this could be a cool vehicle as well. Bob Mac. But yeah, and an LAV, which I think I showed the earlier one. This is not Bob Mac, yeah. This was also the first test print, which didn't work out as I wanted. But really cool, yeah, for the USMC I have. Will be a fantastic addition. So just kinda need to figure out here the spacing. Yeah, but this is really cool. I'm sorry, roads. Playground sand is very fine. Oh, that's cool. I hear playground sand is really thick, but I have also a box which I borrowed from the playground nearby. Sorta. Yeah. If you don't want to spend time cleaning the sand, get terrarium sand from Pet Store. Yeah, that's what I have. Bird sand actually from the supermarket. It has some tiny fine bigger stones. Not fine, but bigger stones, or like shell, because the birds eat the shells for the, I guess, for the calcium in it. But with a little sifter, you can get really fast rid of it, and it's like extremely cheap. It's like €1.60 for 1 kilo bag, yeah, which is like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but the terrarium sand stuff is cool. They have also more different grids, different colors. It's a bit expensive, but you get enough in a bag to last your lifetime. Yeah, I saw already 20 kilo bags. Yeah, 5, 15, 20, something like this. Yeah, they definitely last for a long time. Yeah, but cool here, a little M2440B for the door gunner of the Blackhawk. Yeah, really cool. And I have also, but this sadly I cannot offer them. I cannot offer them because they were not part. I do want to contact damn it, what the name? Flank March, yeah. If you can get a deal. The gunner for the Blackhawk. They're really nice. And I think they're generic enough to work for any period. I think the helmets did not change much. So it's again just a choice of how you want to paint them up. Yeah, I printed here too. This were literally the first one they released. As you can already see, they had a little errors in the files. This has been fixed already, but I was impatient and printed too. There's some spacing missing, some parts here on the side, so we have this hole. Again, I'm not gonna throw them out, obviously. I will just use for my case some, I don't know, green stuff or anything. Maybe also just super glue and some baking powder and then sand it a little bit. Probably do it from the inside. And yeah, definitely need to resupport them. They have a lot of weird little issues here, which are not that bad, but not super happy either. But besides, it's really cool, yeah, man. Blackhawk, finally. This is, in my opinion, this is the helicopter for any modern stuff. Yeah, this being an UH 60A, So obviously a little bit older version. But I have already some ideas up my sleeve, which I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. But yeah. And those are 2 parts. As you already noticed, we have a tail section. We have 2 tail sections because we're gonna do. Then we're just gonna glue this here together. But we definitely want to make sure this is really nice and flush. So for this, first of all, I'm gonna check here the supports to remove those with the knife. That's like your classic mold lines. You can fill that in with some putty or something. Either I will use green stuff, or yeah, like super glue with stuff. I don't know. I will decide it before I will prime it, obviously. But yeah, just for. I will probably, because I have 2, I will probably do one classic, and the other one I will probably just do a crashed one, which I really wanted to do. Where it started saving pictures. Yeah, I saw one picture, I think it's even on Wikipedia, where the helo is on the side, yeah, not like your classic, it's just crashed like this, but it's literally on the side with broken windshields. Which I'll probably do some heavy customization with cutting them out or drilling some stuff in it. Yeah, I have to think about it. But this looks really cool. Yeah, also with a lot of stuff hanging out from the insulation. But yeah, it's another project. But yeah. This looks good. It's rather flush actually, yeah. Still give it a little knife action. If you're handling resin, also make sure to wear a mask if you're sanding it, because the dust is not so nice to breathe in, which is generally everything you sand. The dust is not very healthy. That's why I'm not sanding it, I'm just scraping it to have bigger debris coming off here, yeah, bigger pieces. Looks a little bit like Parmesan, or when you sand your feet. Yeah, but it's flush enough, I think. Yeah, that's a little test fitting. It's okay, good enough, I say, I guess. At least for this one, yeah. Maybe this will be the crash one, we will see. Technically, really, I would sand it down to get it as flush as possible. But yeah, I'm really not too picky about it right now. Yeah, this is a little bigger. It's called gap. Yeah, but I really don't want to sand it now down to get this stuff as well in my breathing apparatus. So again, super glue, your eternal friend. Yeah, the amount of super glues I run through per year is substantial. Really nice. I also want to get here inside some stuff. There's probably a better glue you could use. In this case, I will also actually add the glue on both parts a little bit. Because the problem with super glue is it dries out very hard. So this has the potential that if you drop something which is glued together with super glue, that it breaks apart where you glued it together. It's not bad, you can just reglue it obviously, but yeah, it's just something worth to notice. Yeah, we have a lot of squeeze out here, which is okay, which I will take care in a moment, but this is why I put glue on both parts. I rather have some squeeze out and have all in both parts probably connected, and then I just wipe it off the excess, so I can cut it off. We'll just now really hold here, apply some pressure for a moment. Oh, I'm so excited. Black Hawk, yes. It actually has a hole in the bottom for you're thinking you pick. No, but for adding a stand in. Yeah, actually I have no idea actually to measure it, but it looks like 3mm, maybe 4mm rod. Yeah, put it on a stand. Yeah, this was actually really cool. I have a few acrylic rods, but I think they will not be able to hold this guy up. Yeah, so I think it's now very stuff enough, sticking together enough. Some paper. Gently try to wipe it off. Yeah, obviously it was a dumb idea because we glued together. Smarter is to take old ice cream stick thing, spatula. Yeah. Also not to worry that this is obviously, you will see, we look a little bit dirty, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a helicopter. It's probably 60 years old or something. It will have its dents and other parts, and yeah. And bloody mosquitoes coming here. Yeah, and the inside, you can see the little holes for the chairs. For the doors, which I actually have not queued yet. I actually need to queue them. Still on the supports. Yeah, this is like the Bobmac provided supports. Like I try their supports always. If they work, they're good. Yeah, they work actually. Most cases. Little windows. Those are the closed windows actually, and those are the open ones. It's crazy. I've seen people ship, they print the stuff, and like what you told earlier, that's actually a good idea, using a brass rod. Good idea. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. They ship the stuff like this, yeah, and then you have to remove the supports yourself. I think it's okay if they're really clean, because if you buy a model kit, you also have to remove the sprues. But honestly, I think this is, I mean, they offer it usually for a discounted price, as far as I have seen. But I think this is very... lazy? Can I say lazy? What's this actually? Some weird parts. Also, because people don't know how to handle it, you need to technically remove it before you cure it, because then it gets hard and brittle. This is just different. Here we got a chair. I think those are the guns with the hands attached for the gunners. I really want to check with Flank March to get something going, because kinda would be really cool. Yeah, so we got this removed, and this is trash. Yeah, this is also a reason why you use more resin than you actually need for the model is because you need all the support structure. So this is sadly all trash. I don't have my trash box here. Let's put it here. So yeah, and then we have here the rotor, which is cool. Actually goes on really nice. And the rotor blades, yeah, which are interesting enough. Yeah, but those I will also re-support. They printed like upright, so they have a lot of strain. As you can see, we have here some minor layer. It's not like layer shifts, but it's visible. If you prime it, you will probably not see it. But I can anyway speed it up if I print it on the side. And I guess, let me actually see how this would be connected. I hope it's not like this. This would be awful. Actually here, I think. Right? No. Yes, but must be here. This is the part actually I ripped off earlier. I'm just noticing, yeah. See, I was not patient enough. Those little parts here in the bottom are actually the other side. It was probably like this. So that it interlocked like this one. So you would have one side here connected and another side here connected. Crazy. Yeah, first of all, this is really crazy to glue together. Yeah, that this small bit will have a proper connection, I think. Yeah, but it's good. That's like I say. That's why I test print everything and assemble it, so I can have an idea what I'm actually selling, doing. Yeah, so those will definitely re-support. I think I can glue them on. I will probably add a little wooden piece here in this case, just to give it a little better structure. And this is also cool why I have the flexible stuff, flexible resin. So when you're gonna assemble it, there's a high possibility that this will like slump a little bit down, just like the real one. I think it's this way. No, it's this way. And if it's parking, they do the weight, they slump a little down. So this will be really cool. So yeah, so much for this. And then it's, I think, just a rotor, which is an easy. Here's a hole, here's a pin. Finished. Yeah. Just definitely to be checked out. No, it's okay. Yeah, this needs to be glued in. But yeah, overall so far so good. So the doors I need to cure, and I think the rotors also need to cure. Yeah, I think this is not cured. So the doors, I guess, yeah, will be obviously on the top side. Yeah. Oh, they slide more or less really nice in here. It's cool. So you can glue them together how you want. Or if you're crazy, do some magnet magic. Yeah. I would probably just... I don't know, I think the flying one could have the doors closed. In my opinion. And the parking one can have the doors open. I mean, you could still use either or. The only problem is with the gunners and with the windows. Yeah, you kind of probably need to commit for it. Yeah. So this is the... I don't know, I think this side is the right one. The closed window version, or the open one, which would be then glued on here. because I think the windows stack on each other. That's why one is bigger than the other one. Yeah, so they slide this one on, and then the right one goes over the other window, I think. Then you would have the gunner here inside somehow. Yeah, it's hard to tilt also. But yeah, something like this. Yeah, so actually really, I kind of need to think about it. Yeah. Brass rod is really nice as it's very low profile. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, it's way more stable, cannot give in. And yeah, and I think it's just painted black will be super cool. I saw some pictures while I was researching. They added a bunch of cotton around the base. I mean, they were rather low-flying helicopters. Yeah, they were not like 30 centimeters in the air. I guess, yeah, I'm actually not really sure. They added a lot of cotton, wool things on the bottom and painted it beige. So it looked like the dust from the desert they were flying around. I think it was an Apache. The dust getting blown up. Yeah. Festival Matt. Hi, my friend. Yeah. Hi. How you doing? Late shift for you, I guess. You're not on your break yet. Yeah, you're late on your break. Yeah. Boss, even if you prime the blade, if you dry brush it, the layer lines will show. Yeah. Actually, you're right. Yeah, that's why I definitely don't wanna print them upright. So I have all the airlines visible. I wanna lay it down. First of all, it prints faster. Second of all, you have way less lines possible. I will not do it straight. I always do a little bit angled. But this, yeah, especially if it gets thin. Yeah, especially if it's flexible. I don't know if you can really notice this. I get it why they did it. With the supports they did, they want to have the little scars you have from the supports less visible as possible. That's why they're only on the bottom. But this is, yeah. I have the supports I make. They are they don't penetrate deep. Yeah. Jokes aside, yeah, they really don't penetrate deep into the model. They're very thin tip, which means when you remove them, you have next to no scars. Yeah, especially if you look here at how I supported this guy here, what's called Green Beret from In Country, Echo Dark Studio. Yeah, it's like no scars at all. Yeah, only in the feet, but that's because I have to get the first connection, and you will not see them. But besides that, this is a speciality. Here, maybe here you can see some tiny stuff, but it's really, really minuscule. I mean, you cannot avoid it 100% probably, but yeah, I'm super proud of how I adjusted. Yeah. So yeah, actually I will not glue it further because I really have no idea how I want to do it. And before I glue the doors on, I will need to fix this on. Fix the gap. But yeah, I think this is extremely cool. I cannot wait to get this painted up. And we will do, yeah, I will actually do a full schedule for streams for October. I think, yeah, I'm not sure if I can manage to do all of October already in advance. But the first 4 streams in October will be dedicated to Operation Gothic Serpent, which means we're gonna paint up beautiful Black Hawk helicopter in Gothic Serpent attire. We're gonna paint a Ranger up from Gothic Serpent. We're gonna paint Somali Gothic Serpent. We're gonna paint up maybe a Delta. This I'm not sure. We're already at 4 streams. We're gonna paint a Humvee up, yeah, which I'm really excited as well. To get a little thematic action going. Yeah. Here's the hole for the rod, which is cool. I don't have a caliper here, but we can roughly check it here. So it's about 3 millimeters, yeah. So a 3 millimeter rod in width will be usable here. Yeah. It's also cool. I like that they have this little hook for the, which I only recently learned. Apparently a helicopter, when the rotor spins, it gets an electrostatic. And if you want to touch or board the helicopter mid-flight, not when it's landing, you need to ground it, yeah. And that's why they have those things here, where there's one guy below which has another metal rod and some rubber or some whatever, I don't know, some crazy gloves, and hooks it in while the helicopter's in low altitude, so that overcharge, or what's called, from the electricity from the rotor do not kill literally someone. Yeah, this is crazy. I have no idea that this happened, but apparently this is the reason why they have this hook. Yeah, crazy. And there are people apparently that where they didn't manage to ground in time, and someone touched the helicopter, and then he got like electrocuted. Yeah, crazy shit. The movies don't show this. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's all for now, for today. I kind of have to figure out what I do with the blades. I think I will probably use them for the crashed one, because they will probably fly off. Yeah, but I have 8. The helicopter uses 4. I have 8, so I don't know. I will figure it out. Yeah, probably this week. Next week, yeah, or this week already. Yeah, but this is really cool. Yeah, I definitely had to get Flank March contacted. Yeah. Gunner Armast. Gunner's Armast. Yeah, guys. Actually, I'm gonna clean up later. Let's head over. Sadly, I still have stuff to do. I have still to do some renders. Actually, not renders. I have done all the renders I want to do. Just have to Photoshop them into my neat little product pics. Sorry. Yeah, it's already 1:30. Yeah, another 1.5, 2 hours invest. Then get some nap and then push through tomorrow. That's a big end of summer sale, fitting for the equinox, which is the sun crossing the horizontal skyline for, where the tilt allegedly switches over, and then the fall season starts for us. Which I thought, I wanted to do the end of summer sales already 2 weeks ago, but I really didn't manage anything. And I thought this date is literally fitting for this stuff. Yeah, but it will run through all of for 2 weeks. So until 6th of September, I guess. 6th, 7th, something like this. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we managed the orcs. I will tomorrow make some pictures. I actually want to check. So tomorrow is 22nd. The stream the 2nd, which is next week Thursday. So not this Thursday, next week. We will start already with the Operation Gothic Serpent. This means we will actually paint this Sunday, 28th. We should paint the orc, apparently. Yes. Noise. Oh, sorry. And for Thursday, I'm actually not sure yet. Maybe the ambassador would be fun. something different. We haven't done a vehicle in a while, but we do the Black Hawk next week, and then the Humvee. I think we are. Maybe the PT-76. Yeah, I have some really the pictures I found. They're really cool. You can show them. One moment. PT-76B. What is it? Mali. Right. Let me check. Oh, was it Mali? Was it? It's crazy. Like, this is the PT-76 tank has been used all over the place. Yeah, all over the place. Everyone had this at one point. This is crazy. Yeah, but I'm not seeing. Indonesia still uses this. Yeah, they have upgraded it with a 90mm cannon. Actually, we can. Where is it? As by the way, here the online tank museum or tank encyclopedia.com. Very cool website, which I recommend if you want to do some tank stuff. APC, whatever, research. They don't have everything, but they have a lot. Oh, I also have a YouTube channel, which I wasn't aware. Yeah, just recently saw this. But they're very detailed, very cool, very lots of prototype, cool research. Yeah, definitely worthy to read. Yeah, like this stuff, like the different version. It's just crazy. Obviously not for everything. Here another K90 staff usage and tactics. Yeah, it's awesome. This I really like. Also, not everyone. Obviously, they can only add this stuff in, which they have interior shots. Really cool. But they have access to it. What was it here? I read some of it. I didn't read all of it. But yeah, the main problem why this got not that's actually cool. MB203 turret. That's a turret from the BTR 87. I actually could try to kit bash this, because I have this, not this turret, the modern version, the MB204, I think, for my BPM 97. Could fit on. It's actually funny. But I think, I'm not sure. It had, this one actually. It was this one. Visit. It's a different page, I think. Amalian service, yeah. So they're still literally using them as they come. Those are actually the older one. I have the B one. I'm not really 100% sure what's the difference. But yeah, as you can see, the picture, I don't know. Yeah, present. So probably 20. Yeah, if this is 2022, so something between 2020 to until 2022. So for any African military units, if you wanna dabble in this, and they're pretty decent camouflage. It's pretty fun to paint. There's another camouflage, also plain green, unicolor green. Yes, I didn't even notice. ZBO one with the 14.5mm gun. Here even with some it's called tank names stuff. Yeah, you wanna get extremely inspired. And and this one actually I printed two. No, I printed only one. I printed another turret. I wanted to print it two and paint one in this camouflage, which I thought was really cool. And the other one, either in this, which I think is the same like we saw earlier. Yeah. And have them for like a modern faction. Yeah, just the two. Yeah, I think it's cool. Usually only, as far as I know, I only remember this tank from Vietnam stuff. Yeah, so using this for Ultramodern stuff is probably cool. Yeah, very unique. And it's actually also interesting, the chassis, adventure lurking. The chassis is the same as the Shilka anti-air tank. Yeah, they just have different. The front is different, but the whole carriage is the same. I also wasn't aware of this. Super interesting. Yeah, you can never. You never stop learning. Yeah, that's the reality. But enough learned for today. Good progress, yeah. Based all the orcs, based the cool mortar entrenchment thing, which, yeah, super giggly about to paint right now, but I will not. Yeah, I have to do other stuff. Yeah, and with October actually around the corner, so this means 7th of October potentially will be the first late night, for me late night, stream for North Americans, which will be starting as well as at 10:30 my time, Central European time, PM. And go, it's like this today. This was also about 4 hours now, I think. 3.5 hours, it's telling me. Is it? So about 4 hours, like the usual time. But starting later so that people from North America can, or from this, what's it called, Pacific? I forgot already. Eastern time zone, Eastern time zone can, enjoy the stream, as stupid as it sounds. I notice this a lot when I finish the streams, probably today as well. Not sure how many, not so many I watch. Sundays is always weak. But after I end the stream, still have in the same day a lot of viewers joining. Thank you very much, guys. If you're watching, highly appreciate it. Seeing the numbers always reach around 100 viewers is for YouTube, like the stuff we watch or I watch, it's peanuts, but I highly appreciate it. Imagining, like I repeat myself, but having 100 people watching what you do feels crazy. It's like I always say, it's like a full cinema of people watching. It's still boggles my mind. I highly appreciate it. And speaking about it, the plugs, as usual, if you like the content, like the video, subscribe, follow on Twitch. If you like the stream, obviously, share the video if you think someone likes it. Write in the comments if you think this is cool, if you think this is lame, if you think this is, you have any suggestions. Definitely appreciate any input. If you're over on Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, actually I'm really tired in telling this, but starting out, like I mentioned, this is the first month I'm going full-time with the shop, with Desktop's, and I kind of have, I'm not begging about it, but I do want to remind people, and everything helps out. If you want to support me further, absolutely, like I mentioned already, thanks Paul, good night, take care. If you want to support me, buy miniatures from my store. This helps me out, helps my family out, helps the project out, helps the stream out, and the videos and everything to come. And if you have Amazon Prime and you have a Prime sub, which is included for free, lying around, if you would give it to me on Twitch, is highly appreciated. If you don't want to give it to me, absolutely fine, no problem. But at least give it to some other content creator, smaller ones. Don't let it go to waste. Highly appreciate it. And besides that, check out the Ultramodern Wargaming Discord if you're interested in Ultramodern stuff. Links in the description. Yeah, that's actually all, yeah. Thanks, guys. Highly appreciate it. See you next Thursday. Paul, thank you for watching. Yeah, cool. Really liked you being here. I definitely want to check out this, what was it called? Body Harvest game, yeah. This sounds super crazy. Should probably check out some YouTube video for myself now while I do the remaining pictures, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys, everyone watching, being part of the stream, yeah. Paul, Festival Matt, yeah. Cheers to the night shift. Falsifer, who's already to bed, Sierra, Adventure Time, Boss for Leader. Thank you for being active part in the stream. Yeah, I thank everyone being part of the stream, but obviously the active people are more noticeable. All right, guys, take care. Have a good start of the new week. Yeah, much success. Stay brushy, stay healthy. Never stop painting. And I see you in the next one on Thursday. This is Dan. That's me from the desk. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.